Hey, welcome in everyone. We here in the motherfucking chat. You know what I'm saying? Whatever good. It's a beautiful Friday. Hey, it's a Friday night party. We're doing a little different party. We're doing a weird, a weird shit Friday night party. And so I want to welcome everyone in before we get started, because otherwise, kind of fucking host would I be? Oh, so let's say what up. Is the audio screwed up? Let me listen to it. No, it's perfect. This must be you guys. Guys must be having a bad connection. Okay. Well, I think we're good to go. So, welcome everyone. Look, Friday night. Happy Friday. What's up with you guys? You staying hydrated? Please do stay hydrated. All right. So let's see. Where are we? I'm gonna say hello to Bonnie. First one here. What up, Bonnie? Happy Friday to you, Bonnie. And Pam, what up, Pam? Pam says, "Hey, Prof, you need to do a video playing music with your hair down." Oh, I don't know. I don't know. There's no time in the day for all that. What up, Diamond Eyes? All right. What up, Rex Stardust? Says, Diamond, how do you think this is all going to play out? That's the big question, isn't it? That is the question. All right. What up, Sharon? You got coffee and justice? All right. Rex standing on the truth, having faith in the Almighty Judge for Abby and Libby. That's the bottom damn line. Thank you for bringing that up and mentioning it. And you got this. You got this. What up, Four Pits anticipating the vibe? It's Friday night. Weird shit. All right. What up, Fiend? Phoenix says, this is my favorite song. Your favorite pre-packaged StreamYard ditty. Let's call it that. All right. What up, Scott Perkins? What up, Scott? Good morning. Good evening. Good day to you, sir. What up, Kayla? Kayla says, good evening, all. All right, you guys. All right. Everyone is welcome here. And welcome in, George. George is welcome here, too. And so is Ernie. What up, guys? All right. True Justice, welcome in. Jojo, what up, Jojo? Hello to you. Right, I went back and listened to both of the Pat Westfall interviews and read through the comments. He replied back to someone, and in the reply, he said something about the girls going to paradise. Yeah, heaven. Well, what a weird thing to say. I mean, I don't really look at it that way. All right. Ernie says 2 feeds at once. Well, I don't think so, but who knows what the hell's going on. But welcome to you, Ernie. And hopefully all that's fixed. Yeah, you say better now? Perfect. We want it better. All right. Welcome in, Noe Amos. Noe Amos says, yo, with the birds of peace. Bill, what up, Bill? Welcome in. Noe the Free Bird. Yeah, what up, Bonnie Bailey? Welcome into you. Oh, the real Bobby Smith here. What up, Bobby Smith? What up to you? All right. Hey, welcome in, Deanna. Deanna made it. Well, damn, the house is packed tonight with all of the regs. What up, Aaron Town? Glad somebody likes my pet peeve, looped music from them. Hey, I mean, it's the best they have to offer, but you know, we're working on this as a slow process. It's easiest for me to hit that pre-canned music button because I'm telling you, I drive like a bat out of hell. I drive like a bat out of hell just to sit myself here in front of the screen. for you on time. I come around the corner screeching tires every time that I turn this corner and sit right here because I can barely make it. You just Everyone's busy. I understand how the world works, but you don't understand. I can barely make it. The squeezing this in is a miracle every day. Welcome in, Simon Wright, West Yorkshire. First time seeing you here, I think. Maybe second time, but welcome in, Simon Wright, and glad you could make it. And hello, everyone, and everyone's hello. Say hello to Simon, and I'm sure Simon has said hello to everyone. So you guys, welcome Simon in. Digital, welcome in. Good to see everyone. Can't chat till I get home. Drive safe, Digital. Don't mess around with that chat until you safely arrive home. But you know that. You're big boy, big girl. Royal Wee says hello, everyone. What up, Royal Wee? What up? You made it in here. You make the rounds. I see you around here. I see you around these YouTube streets. Fort Pitt says this is early for a Prof Friday night party. Yeah, because I want to get done early so I can enjoy my night. You know how it goes? So it's not your normal Friday night party. I guess we're skipping a Friday night party and we're going to do a Delphi Murders Weird Shit episode, which will probably be the first in a multi-part series. All right, so Diamond Eye says, Simon Wright, hello across the pond. Phoenix says, hello, Simon. And Roxanne Wynn says, there is an AI program you can use to make original music. Yes. I actually thought of going to work for one of these programs in France that is spearheading the AI music. But the more I thought about it, it's not the best use of my time or talents. I think it's a good endeavor, and it's going to be used in the way this prepackaged music is in the future. It'll be just good enough, but I have some things to do, my responsibilities that I have to get into with my next several years. I think my talents will be better used in another field, but we'll be talking about that at some other point in the future. Unmasked Truth, welcome in. Hey, Prof and chat. Well, hello, and welcome to you. All right. Phoenix. Hey, Royal. Diamond Eyes is being a little snarky there, saying us older ones have to go to bed early. Don't worry, I know it's a me problem that the loops get to me. Most people actually do enjoy them. It is what it is, Aarontown. It's just like this little StreamYard icon. I mean, do you think I like having that on the stream? No, I don't. It's just, it is what it is at this moment. I'm trying to do my best. Bobby Smith says dedication is honorable. Couldn't miss the chat. Well, thanks for being in the chat, Bobby Smith. We appreciate it. Hey, Prof. Hello, everyone. Says Scott. Welcome in, Scott. It's 8 p.m. here. Just getting dark. Yay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Fort Pitts, for reminding me. Everyone here in the listening audience, please come on into the chat. It's friendly here. You're welcome as long as you're nice to each other. So come on into this chat. That's what the channel is all about. Made it apparent yesterday, right? Hello all, says Michelle. Welcome in. All right. Hitting the Nash, Broadway Music City. Noe Amos in Nashville, tearing it up. Hello, Bobby Smith. Good to see you. Oh, no, not Snarky. You're 3 hours ahead. I forget about that. You're in there. It's already late for you. Gosh, what do you do when I come on at midnight or something, or 3 a.m.? What do you do, Diamond Eyes? How do you survive this? Hello, Chat and Prof. Welcome in, Nobody Nothing 1717. You've been hanging around since the first days, Nobody Nothing. All right, Scott Perkins says hello. Group hug time? No, we don't do that. We don't do the weird stuff. We don't do the group hugs. Anna Paula Baxter, welcome in. Welcome in, Anna Paula. Boom. You made it again. Obrigado. Okay. I actually enjoy loops that are built around and varied Bernholt makes fantastic music. Bernholt. Pam, she and Bobby Smith say what up, Noe. The UKers have it harder, 5 hours ahead. We want weird poops, and we want weird poops. Oh yeah, since the first episode. Well, thank you, Nobody Nothing. Yeah, you have been here forever. All right, so looks like I said hello to everyone, and everyone who's yet to join, please join. We're going to talk about Wackyville. Okay, Wackyville. Wackyville actually exists. Okay, and no, it's not it's not Delphi. It's not any particular physical location. Wackyville is this cyberspace that we find ourselves in, where all the oh, how would I put it? Mm, I'm trying to use nice words. Wackyville. It's where all of the bottom feeders, the weirdos, and the hey, anyone could be anyone in Wackyville, and that's where we find ourselves. And it's a tough place. These are some mean streets, and so that's what we're going to talk about tonight is Wackyville. What up, Precascent? All right. And you could use AI to make a theme song called Weird Shit Delphi. Hey, well, a lot of these Wackyville residents, they use AI already to make videos about us. I mean, they're so enamored by our presence that they take their time and resources to make AI generated and assisted videos and all the rest revolving around your truly most hated creators, and that's us. So can't do anything about that. But I would like to talk about the Delphi weird shit because it does exist, and we'll talk about all angles of it. You know, we really will. We're going to talk about some of the case-related weird stuff, some of the social media-related weird stuff, some of the nexus points, and I'm trying to get this thing on Do Not Disturb so I don't get any sounds coming across. Well, that's an amazing point. See, Phoenix, that's why you and I get along. Good point here. Artificial intelligence is actually a marketing term, right? Machine learning is not intelligence, it's algorithms. And so, yeah, it's not artificially intelligent. It's algorithmic learning using databases, and it serves its purpose. Okay, yeah, please hit this like button while you're here, and like I said, all you lurkers, join in the chat. We're going to be looking at some interesting weird ass shit, and we're going to be talking about it. So give me a moment. Before I do that, let me get prepared before I get blamed on doing stuff that I haven't done, which is the norm around the weird shit world. Okay, let's see. If I can get this started. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is trying to get set up for a screen share here. Okay, here we go. Okay, one moment. Let me pull this up. Oh, before I get to it, hold on. Let me continue. It's all programming, garbage in, garbage out. weirdest thing of all, they are actually going to try Rick Allen using principally statements on a PCA. Oh, principally. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying, sir. They're going to try Rick Allen using principally statements on a PCA that are not true. Yeah. Yeah, Scott. And actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Before the screen share, this is what I actually meant to do. You see, I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place here. I can barely keep up. Let's see. Let me see if I got everything I need. Oh, man. I guess the easiest way to do it is to do it the quick way. So let's do it the quick way. Let's do this. Totally unprepared for you guys. I apologize. All right. So it's taken me a moment to find a document I'm looking for that is not saved where I thought it was saved. So. Oh gosh. Because I think it's a good way to start the weird shit. Oh man, what in the world? Here we go. Okay, so let's see. Let's see how to achieve this. Let's see. I'll do it this way and this way and then this way. Okay. Now, see how fast I can pull that up. There we go. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Let's not do it that way. Let's do it this way. Hits just keep on coming with this computer, man. Okay. And we get this show on the road. Okay, give me a moment. Here we go. We're good to go. Let me pull it up. Okay, maybe that's going to work. Took long enough. Okay, there we go. So let's see, we got to pull this down. We got to get back to here. All right, now let's read through this together. All right, now, because this is some weird shit, right? We're talking about weird shit. On April 28, 2024, the court directed an email to both the state and the defense addressing various legal and logistical matters associated with the forthcoming jury trial. In the second to last paragraph of the email, the court, without any prompting by lawyers from either side, included the following statement. I am quite familiar with the law regarding third-party perpetrators, and unless the defense can provide a nexus between any alleged third-party perpetrators in the charged crimes, those allegations are unsupported and will be inadmissible. Okay. On April 29, 2024, at 12:09, the state, without hesitation, accepted the court's invitation to limit evidence regarding third-party perpetrators. Paragraph 7 of the state's motion in limine is proof of this fact. The court has established a pattern of summarily denying pretrial evidentiary motions filed by the defense throughout this case. The motions have been denied despite the defense supporting many of its motions with evidentiary support in the form of video interviews, audio interviews, crime scene photos, affidavits of witnesses, and various other forms of corroborating documentation. In contrast, the state's motion in limine contains no supporting documents or other information justifying any limitations on the defendant's ability to present evidence regarding third-party perpetrators. Defendant Allen's defense team is quite familiar with the law regarding admissibility of evidence of third-party perpetrators, which requires only that Defendant Allen establish some connection between third-party perpetrator and the crime. See this here? Some connection. Oh, sorry about that. The court must balance Defendant Allen's Sixth Amendment right to present a defense with the state's desire to limit such evidence. The defense has spent the better part of a year conducting discovery, seeking out exculpatory evidence from the state. Let's read that again. The defense has spent the better part of a year conducting discovery, seeking out exculpatory evidence from the state, and developing credible defense-related theories which the defense intends to present to the jury in this case. The state of Indiana has sought out no assistance from the court in attempt to limit the discovery process. In fact, the defense has conducted numerous depositions involving third-party perpetrators without the state seeking any orders of protection or orders limiting the discovery process. The defense anticipates that its trial presentation will include somewhere between 1 to 2 dozen witnesses that will provide relevant and credible information for the jury regarding the culpability of third-party perpetrators. To the extent the court carries out its warning referenced in the April 28th email, the trial will be reduced to unnecessary delays due to lengthy offers to prove and lengthy delays due to large gaps in the scheduling of witnesses to appear for trial testimony. The absence of any articulated and reasoned legal guidance from the court in advance of the trial would promote the lack of judicial economy throughout the proceedings. That's a big point. Okay. 7. The defense requests the court set the state's motion in limine for hearing for a full day during the week beginning May 6, 2024, at which time the parties, that's Monday, would be entitled to present evidence regarding admissibility of third-party perpetrator evidence. This approach to the business of jurisprudence would assist in clarifying the nature and scope of the evidence to be admitted at trial, which would benefit both parties, the court and the jury. And in its motion in limine, the state requested to limit evidence regarding several other matters. The defense's response to each request for limiting instructions is as follows. Okay. This is where we should listen closely. State's paragraph 1. State requests relief from any comments about counsel for the state that constitutes a personal attack on the attorney for the state or comments on the role of the state's attorney. Said request is unsupported by any specific facts or allegations, and therefore should be denied. The attorneys included counsel for state are bound by the rules. The attorneys, including the counsel for the state, are bound by the rules of professional conduct. Yeah, and that's been thrown around a lot lately, hasn't it? Okay. And it's just a given. State's paragraph 2. The state seeks to limit the defense from comments which constitute the personal opinion of defense counsel about any evidence, witness, outcome, or penalty. The state provides no facts or documentation supporting its request for a limiting instruction. The request is unsupported and should be denied. States paragraph 3, the state seeks limitations on the defense as it relates to innuendos or inferences that are not supported by admissible evidence. The request is overly broad, unsupported by factual allegations, and therefore should be denied. States paragraph 4, the state seeks to limit the defense's ability to conduct voir dire through the introduction of substantive issues in this case to the jury pool. The state provides no specific references to what substantive issues should be limited. The request is overbroad, unsupported by any facts, and therefore should be denied. States paragraph 5. The state seeks to limit the defense's ability to question potential jurors about their feelings about the credibility of certain anticipated trial witnesses. The state's request contains no specific facts that would support such a concern. The state's request is overly broad and therefore should be denied. Paragraph 6. The state seeks to limit the defense from introducing hypothetical questions that include facts that are not in evidence or questions that are not helpful in violation of Rule 705. State's request is overly broad and contains no specific facts or issues for which said anticipated hypothetical questions would be addressed. Therefore, the state's request should be denied. Okay, 7 and 8. See paragraphs 3 to 6. State's paragraph 9. The state seeks to limit the defense's ability to challenge the state's geofencing expert, Kevin Herein, based on relevance. That, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. Why should there be any argument whatsoever about the geofencing, if it is what it is. I am speechless. The state's request is overly broad, contains no specific facts which the state is seeking to limit, and usurps the defendant's Sixth Amendment's right to present a defense. A fucking defense is what it's called. Therefore, the state's request should be denied. Paragraph 10, the state seeks to limit the introduction of prior bad acts pursuant to the evidentiary rules. Again, the state provides no specific facts to support its request for limiting instruction. The trial court has granted broad discretion in administering rules of evidence in a fair and just manner during the course of the trial. The state's request is overly broad. Okay, the state seeks to limit evidence related to its own failure. This is called, we want to be able to do what the fuck we want and it not be mentioned. The state seeks to limit evidence related to its own failure to provide the defense discovery consistent with the local rule regarding discovery. That means 30 days, not 9 months, and consistent with Rule 2.5 of the Indiana Rules for Criminal Procedure. However, the state provides no specific facts to support its request for a limiting instruction. Okay, state's paragraph 12, state seeks to limit the defendant's ability to offer up PowerPoint presentations that were created by the fucking state and its investigative team over the course of 6-year investigation in the case. The state's motion provides no documentation to support its request for limiting instruction. Therefore, the state's request should be denied. So, what I'm getting here, right? What I'm getting is that the state doesn't want you to see any of the work of law enforcement over these 7 years, except what they have particularly chosen. Okay, now it gets worse. Okay, it does get worse, so just give me a moment. It gets worse, much worse. Let me pull this up, and actually it should already be in the studio, so let's see if I can just whip it up here. Okay. Let me see how quickly I can pull this for you. Let's see. I will try my best, I promise. All right, so where is it? Because for me, this right here that I'm about to show you, it's the most, I'm just going to go ahead and say my thoughts, I guess, because I often have these snarky ass thoughts that I don't repeat. But this one right here, if I can just get my hands on to it, let's see. Okay, I see it. I see it. So we have to go back just a minute. Okay, I'm back, and here we go. Let's see. We're going to get to this, and then we're going to get to this, back to this, and back to this. All right, let's see how that panned out. Now, I'm not, I'm not going to pontificate over this too much. Okay. But for me, what you're looking at here is an extreme red flag. Because I don't like to be told what to do. I don't. So when you tell me not to talk about something, it makes me want to talk about it that much more. It really does. I don't know about you guys. How about you in the chat? Let me, before I continue, let me check into the chat and just say, what about you guys before we get into it? I guess I'm still waiting. I guess I'm still waiting for you guys. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to see at least one person say yes. Okay, so you're telling us, you're saying don't talk about this shit. Okay, we ain't gonna let you talk about this shit. And remember, I've constantly mentioned how all of this freak out happened. Okay, we're talking about weird shit. Remember, our subject today is weird shit. All of this weird shit happened in October and September. September, October. What happened? September, 136 pages, which you're looking at right here. This is the 136 pages, right? What happened? Leaks. Remember, I've constantly reiterated to you that the defense, with every Frank's, now we're on number 4, every Frank's motion has incorporated the contents of every previous Frank's motion and the Frank's memorandum, the 136 pages, into every single one. So it's a revolving theme. It keeps renewing itself, right? And basically, I mean, the bullet points of those 136 pages are exactly what you're looking at here. This list. And you see, I drew an arrow pointing towards Todd Click, who they are also trying to smear at this time. Yes, law enforcement is trying to smear its own in order to make this nightmare go away. Okay? Okay? Odinism. So you want to talk about weird shit. Okay, weird shit. You're not allowed to talk about Odinism. No talking about cult or ritualistic killing, even though the crime scene itself reveals signatures of cult or ritualistic killing. Yes, it does. Actually does indeed. No talk about Brad Holder or Patrick Westfall, who wanted to move on from animal sacrifice, move on up. No talking about Johnny Messer. No talking about Elvis Fields, who puts himself there. No talking about Ned Smith, Rod Abrams. Okay? Now imagine this, okay? Imagine this. Look here, because this is where it gets real fucking crazy, right? This is where it gets real crazy. It's as if this wasn't already crazy enough with the 136 pages. Look down here. Look down here. No talking about Keegan Kline. Keegan Kline, who put himself and his father, Tony Kline, he put them both down at Ron Logan's. He put them all three there out of his own mouth. Keegan Kline, Tony Kline, also known as Jerry Kline, and Ron Logan. No talk of these three. No talk of Ron Logan. How can we do a trial when we can't talk about the person whose property the bodies were found on? Can someone explain that to me? How do you do a trial? How do you defend in a trial when this individual, Ron Logan, was the property owner that the girls' two bodies were found laying on? But we can't defend by mentioning Ron Logan? Keegan Kline right here told individuals in his cell block that his father, this individual right here, Jerry Kline, killed the girls. Keegan Kline said he helped move the bodies after it was done. Okay? So you mean to tell me we can't mention the fact that this guy claimed part in these murders along with his father, this guy, which took place on this guy's land? We cannot discuss this guy, Todd Click, although they're seeking his records so that they can smear him in court. Just in case we can talk about him, you can't talk about this guy. And if in case this guy can be mentioned, we're going to make sure we get all of his employment records for 20 years as a law enforcement officer, because we know there are going to be some complaints in those records, and we want to be able to smear him with those, whatever those complaints were. Every single one of these people has been a POI. Every single one in this list. William Librado, one of the judge's handpicked attorneys, came out of the defense of Richard Allen shell-shocked by what he discovered. And what did he say? What did he say? He said one girl was murdered. That was Abby. And what did he say? One girl was sacrificed. That was Libby. I'm assuming. Now, this is what we call weird shit. Okay, so what we're going to do now, what I want to do is, I guess we'll start here and we'll go backwards, and maybe on another episode we'll do the other pieces. But this is old Delphi weird shit, post 14. This is old Delphi Weird Shit, part 14. Okay. I'd like to remind you all that this is fair use. Today, all the content exhibited in the show, meaning everything you're going to see here on the screen, is considered fair use for criticism and educational purposes. Let's take a look at some more of this Delphi Weird Shit, part 14. Any reference to geofencing, right? We already discussed that previously. Any reference to prior bad acts of any witnesses. Okay, so the witnesses that they're going to attempt to use to railroad and hide the other actors who likely participated in these murders. You can't discuss these witnesses. Okay. We can't discuss on how the discovery was not only late by 9 months or 8 months, but we also can't describe how it was intentionally confused in the labeling, okay, to make it hard, to like finding a needle in a haystack. I guess they're not going to want any mention of the 77 days of deleted discovery, interviews, investigation. Guess they won't want any mention of the complete lack of any cell phone data from the family, whose data would be essential in producing a timeline that is somewhat believable. What do we have here? Tina Rodell. My daughter and the KT group was at Monon High Bridge when the girls got killed. They were cooking meth. What did Eric Williams say? They walked into a meth lab. One of them went crazy. One of the guys freaked out and shit got crazy. What is this? This is your KT, Keegan Callis and Tyler Joe French. She says, I also believe Eric Alter, Keegan Callis, Tyler Joe French, 8-Ball had something to do with the Delphi murders. They all hang. And previously, she had mentioned Gabe Ellis and Garrett Kurtz were part of the ones who were in the vehicle with her daughter, Megan Allen, who she also alleged stabbed one of the girls to see what it would feel like. Oh, what do we have here? Garrett Kurtz and his father had known Ron Logan their entire lives. Remember, Garrett Kurtz, who Tina Rodell places with this group, they had free access to Ron Logan's property to ride horses or whatever, which is actually true. Garrett Kurtz and Ashley Garth were living in the woods when the killings happened. Yes. They were living in the shack. Derek German had ratted out Ashley Garth for drugs and caused her to lose custody of a child that Garrett Kurtz had planned on helping her raise. I think Keegan Klein fished Liberty German for Ashley Garth and Garrett Kurtz, and they killed them for revenge of losing her child. Garrett Kurtz said he went to his mother's after the murders and locked himself in a bedroom for a week. He refuses to ever say why he did that. Yes, who else did that? Who else did that? let's move on. Let's move on to Delphi Weird Shit, Part 13. Oh, what do we have here? What do we have here? Indiana police are asking for the public's help identifying a man captured by a trail camera near the site where 13-year-olds Liberty German and Abigail Williams were found earlier this week. Let's take a look at that. Okay. Pardon me for the wait. We're having a bit of a wait. It looks like I messed up. Don't click on it, Prof. It's going to make you wait. Okay. All right. Moving on. Five inches or less. It has been suggested that there would be an interest in males who are 5 inches in length or less. I have evidence that Anna Williams knows Richard Allen. So Duvall and Logan don't know each other? Why the two sketches? I just got lost. I really have to go to bed, but I can explain everything. Okay, we can pick up later, brother. I'm shocked, like, wow. One last thing. Who are the two girls in the photo? Those are the girls from Freedom Bridge who saw Bridge Guy. That's the photo they took by the benches and sent to their mother, Mary. This photo really helped establish a timeline. Rayleigh and Isabella Voorhees. I can say that when I got there were a few kids that I knew that went to school with Libby, and they were under the bridge as well, so I'm not going to say it's not uncommon. Okay. Delphi Weird Shit, Part 12. The existence of Wilson's Cave. I'd like to read something for you before I move on because I did not include this. But this should erase all doubt if the photographs have not already. Let's read this. The ancient city of Delphi. Let's go back. All right. The ancient city of Delphi was situated 8 miles from the Corinthian Gulf, but the modern Delphi is less than 8 miles from the Tippecanoe and is on the banks of the Wabash. Ancient Delphi was on the southern slope of Mount Parnassus. We have Mount Pigsa's stormy heights on which to stand. Ancient Delphi had its Corinthian cave, a mere grotto in the limestone rocks, while we have our Wilson's cave with its stalagmites and stalactites. We have also our falling springs in Highbridge. Through the ancient city flowed the brook Pleistus, a mirror to the gods by day and home of the nymphs by night. We have our own Deer Creek, which supports with the sun by day and wears on its bosom the jewels of the night sky by night. Ancient Delphi was entered by 3 roads owned by the city. Modern Delphi has helped to build a half dozen, but designs to own only its beautifully paved streets. Apollo was the best dressed musician of his time, reached the ancient city in a chariot drawn by swans. But modern Delphi is approached in an automobile or trolley car. Old Delphi once contained 3,000 souls. Modern Delphi has 3,000 souls and 15 school teachers. Old Delphi had its Amphictyonic Council, which actively interfered with the welfare of Greece. Our city has a council that secures the peace, comfort, and safety of its citizens. The ancient city foretold its future only through its priestess, who breathed the fumes of knowledge from a cavernous rock. Modern Delphi has any number of people who can foretell your future without breath or knowledge from above or below. The old poets of Greece considered their city the center of a narrow, flat earth, but we know our Delphi to be the center of the whole big round world, as will be proved conclusively in this oracle. Okay? And this right here is from an old school book. I've posted it previously. You can find it. Trust me, you can find it. You have to look. It's on the interwebs. Okay, let me read one more for you, if that was not enough. Okay, just in case that was not enough for you to understand. Let's see. Oh, man. All right, let me pull this one. From the same book. Sorry about that. Okay, from the same book. A ghost story. Around the softly opened door, a strange light gleams, revealing a gliding figure. What can this apparition be that moves without a motion of hand or foot? Can it be some spirit returned to this earthly abode to haunt me this winter night? Oh, the mantle is lifted, and I feel the strange power of the marble face. I am so cold as the dead. It beckons me towards the window, and I too am moving without emotion through the window and over the frozen sheets of snow. On we go till my companion stops at a cave-like entrance in the hillside. I'm actually going into this cave, the dungeon that has long been shunned and dreaded by men. My guide points its long, icy finger toward a mound and gives a hollow call that sounds like an echo. Instantly, 20 images appear. Their eyes are like coals of fire, their hands black as night and like eagle's claws. Each kneels beside the mound and lays one hand on it. The guide waves its hand. For an instant, all is black, and I am conscious only of feeling the wind blowing through the cave. Immediately, there is a blinding light that floods the cave. I see the grave unearthed. At the signal of my ghostly guide, I gaze in. I see gleaming jewels. Was mortal sight ever so dazzled? I stoop to seize them when instantly a small, fiery-eyed demon with a dagger of gold and teeth that gleam like brass appears in their place. I shudder, and as I rise, my companion touches my hand and speaks, "Vain world." Cave, demon, jewels, all vanished except the fiery eyes of 20 demons. These cluster together to form a dagger held by a demon hand. I stoop to take hold of it. Oh, how cold it is. The hand vanishes and the dagger falls limp. I seem to be changing. I am awakened to earthly things. I find myself standing in the snow with my pearl necklace in hand. Cora Frost, 1909. Also, did you know? Um, I'm going to speak to you about James Whitcomb Riley. Okay, Riley's association with the Deer Creek area, began in Delphi following a lecture he gave in 1882. The next year, he spent a relaxing week at Delphi after overwork and overindulgence in alcohol and had weakened his health. Besides being good for his health, the relaxing pace and serene landscape, the company of the charming Dr. Wycliffe Smith, whom he had met the year before, made his stay most memorable. The poet's familiarity with Deer Creek and the surrounding picturesque lands of the rural historic district is apparent in several references. A recent commentary has referred to a famous body of work, Special Poems of Nature, that reflect his opportunity to wander Deer Creek County, a country of Carroll County. Especially across from Jackson's Hole or Wilson's Cave, where one could rest before reading poems at the old Delphi Opera House. The Deer Creek poetry was the hallmark of one of Riley's favorite platform lectures, and it was fantastically popular all around the country beginning in 1884. Riley's attention to detail and his ultimate success with such poems as On the Banks of Deer Creek and From Delphi to Camden are proof that his narrative vision of the area was personal. Deer Creek was a source of inspiration in both his poems and in one of his paintings of a small boy fishing on the banks of the creek in 1916. The watercourse, often used by him and his associate, Wycliffe Smith, for leisure activities such as picnics and walks along Deer Creek, remained the focus of his attention when he came to the area to relax from his speaking tours. Riley was frequently in and around the Deer Creek area. He often spoke at the local opera house, rode horses along the Camden-Delphi Road and surrounding countryside. He would stop at a horse trough on the north side of the Camden-Delphi Road between the McCain house and barn to water his horse as he was riding his buggy. According to his most recent biographer, Elizabeth J. Van Allen, Deer Creek was one of Riley's favorite places. From examining notes for his many performances around the country, she stated in a recent telephone interview that the poem On the Banks of Deer Creek was one which he more frequently performed. During his life, James Whitcomb Riley was enormously popular. His verses popularized the local dialect and touted familiar platitudes, and formed a looking glass for the late 19th century. They harkened back to the innocence and nostalgia of a population on the verge of a new century and reminded them of what they wanted to preserve. The Delphi Deer Creek area was a special place for him. Its bucolic atmosphere inspired him to write about the rural values that he portrayed in his nature poetry. Local sources have pinpointed sites within the rural historic district that were associated with Riley. For example, the Camden-Delphi Road, the horse watering trough on site number 1, Wilson's Cave, and the State Bluffs. Wilson's Cave was named as the site where the poem immortalizing Deer Creek was written. Located west of Wilson Bridge, along the creek, between the High Bridge and State Bluffs. Once again, Wilson's Cave was named as the site where the poem immortalizing Deer Creek was written. Located west of Wilson's Bridge, along the creek, between the High Bridge and State Bluffs. My point being, yes, Wilson's Cave existed. Okay? Delphi Weird Shit, Part 11. Joe Paul makes a post. A prisoner sent me this sketch today of the prime suspect in the deaths of 2 Delphi teenagers. Okay, now I want you to pay attention to this. This is March 3rd, 2017. He makes this post. Okay. Well, interestingly enough, the drawing is also dated. The drawing is dated February 24th, 2017. February 24, 2017. Part 11. It was the same kind of creepy shit out there on the south end. Scared the fuck out of me. So it was about 1 o'clock that they were dropped off, do you believe? I believe it was right around 1 o'clock. And remember, Nicole Robertson of the FBI in the Ron Logan warrant said approximately 1 p.m. Riley says, I believe it was right around 1 o'clock. Did he say 1:47, 1:45, 1:30, or 2 o'clock? No. What did he say? I believe it was right around 1 o'clock. The photograph that is the Snapchat photo that is tragically taken, allegedly, by one of the girls was taken at approximately what time? What is the timestamp on the photo? Well, because it's Snapchat, there is no timestamp on it. Hello, can we use logic and reasoning? There is no timestamp on it. So we're not sure of the exact time. We know it was after the time they were let off, which is what? Right around 1 o'clock. And Nicole Robertson says approximately 1 p.m. Kelsey admitted that at one time she said her and her friend would mess with Libby pretending to be a boy profile. She indicated it was only for a week at a time, off and on. Eric Williams. I walked them woods, and what I seen was horrifying piles of animal bones, multiple types of animals, deer heads hanging in trees, multiple trees. This crime was practiced on animals and led to human life. I pointed it out to the police at their search party, but no one seemed concerned. There was quad tracks leading away from the bridge to a fucking farmhouse. Again, officials seem to not care when they have audio and DNA, but can't catch him. They know who he is and refuse to charge him for the fact that it will ruin a family name that has status in Carroll County. I've known Tobe my whole life. He's definitely one that is crooked and corrupted and evil and is more and involved in more than what people realize. His wife is involved in a lot of corrupt things, and I believe she is a witch and been in trouble for drugs herself. Unfortunately, that is easy to believe. There's no way that gangs can roam free the way they do in Delphi without police looking the other way. Most of the cops there in Carroll County are crooked and no good. They all cover one another's back. There's a particular reason they chased Carrie out of town. Did she know too much? Yes. Something in me screams it's just not that she hurt their precious boy, perfect boy. Toby was supposed to be related somehow to Ron Logan, and Ron was allowing, or so I've been told, letting the drug dealers go down on his land to make their drugs in return. Toby Moore being paid off to keep their mouths shut. In fact, whenever Kay Weber would call about suspicious lights or people being out there, the cops never showed up. In fact, she called the night before the 13th to report a lot of lights and they never showed up. I've been out there on the trail after the girls died. And a few different people watched a drug go down out of 300 across from the mirrors. This may be a better view for you. That's an area, and there's other areas around Delphi off the trails where people meet up to do their drugs. How could they use Kay Weber's property to travel back and forth? My theory is they use canoes from the creek behind the Weber's house to get across the creek. That would be Wilson's Bridge. And there's more than one or two ways in and out of Kay's side. In fact, there's about 13 ways. Remember when Doug Carter said there's multiple points of access? In and out of there. I did a video once about it. You can also go off 200 in the old railroad track and drive right up below Kay's property, Kay's, K-A-Y, that's a typo, and to the bridge. There's also underground tunnels. Let me take a break, please, to take a little break to get some refreshment. I'm a little exhausted. One moment. Okay. All right, sorry guys. I'm starting to get burned out. Oh, that's not it. There we go. I'm trying to blaze through this to get through it all. So, sacrificial festivals are the traditional means to overcome all sorts of social crisis. Extraordinary situations of emergency, famine, disease may again and again lead to human sacrifice. More firmly established are the customs which deal with the recurrent crises of society. The succession of young to old, no initiation without sacrifice. The continual renewal of the year is given dramatic accents by sacrifice, which celebrate the destruction of the old for the sake of the new. The myths, too, are concerned with sacrificial ritual. They clearly tell of mutual substitution of man and animal. Remember, Patrick Westphal. Patrick Westphal. The animal dies instead of the man. The equivalence of man and animal may also lead to successive interchange, as in the cult legend of Artemis of Munichia. To atone for the killing of a bear belonging to the goddess, a girl is supposed to be sacrificed. But a she-goat is substituted. Man for animal, animal for man, man for animal. Actamas kills Liarchos as a deer. Greek mythology also knows the horrible converse, the sacrificial slaughter of a man instead of an animal. At Delphi, who found the girls? David, you told me you found the girls. I just want to confirm from the second person. The second person with you was Ivan, and the third was a lady. No, my sister's husband. And then we called two down. So David, my sister's husband, and we called two county deputies, Yoder and Darren Ginicola. So people were saying it's weird that no one was on the bridge looking for the girls at the time you guys were there, and they thought they were wondering why. I thought it was weird that no one was looking for them at 4. No one was looking for them at 4. No one was looking for them at 4. Nope, they were just sitting in the car. If it was my son missing, I would be asking people leaving if they seen him. Don't post this. I'll see, this isn't showing, but is it possible? It says, don't post this on there, but I looked over at my friend and said out loud, that's sketchy. Looks like a drug deal. Tara German. Derek got in my car when I got there. Thomas Miller. Packers. Part 6. Both found in a cabin, dead around 12:30. I don't hide the fact there was a deal that made more money than you ever have in your life. If you're referring to my niece, then you and the other Facebook detectives need real jobs. But that doesn't answer the question about why you said they were fucking found in a cabin. And that's correct. Everybody knows about your criminal activity. Once again, as well as everyone else in your family. Once again, why did you say they were found in a cabin? I was morel hunting with my husband. There were dozens of various bones hanging from trees at least 100-foot radius of the hut. Shake and bake. Does this look like a pharmacy to you? Does this look like a pharmacy to you? How much of this can you get at a pharmacy? How much of this can you get at a pharmacy? Julian Powell. Why did you take the photo of the eagles in Peru? Kokomo Crew. Dale Babcock. Michaela Babcock. I want you to look at these names. Joshua Lee Hewitt, rumored to have been at the trails. Josh Weaver, rumored to have been at the trails. John Weaver, rumored to have been at the trails. Keegan Callis, rumored to have been at the trails. Christy Lynn Martin, sister of Tina, rumored to have been at the trails. Kyle Stacy. Paige Turley, rumored to have been at the trails. Gabe Ellis, rumored to have been at the trails. Robert Tesh, rumored to have been at the trails. Tyler Joe Cook, rumored to have been at the trails. Garrett Kirsch, rumored to have been at the trails. Ashley Garth, rumored to have been at the trails. Chris Mathers, rumored to have been at the trails. Harley Babcock, Friends of Libby's dad. Jason Palladino. Mark Palladino. Nick Edwards, rumored to have seen snuff film. Sheena Cottrell, rumored to have seen snuff film. Talitha Beckley, rumored to have been at the trails. Thousand yards from the bridge and further back. 1,000 yards. I've mentioned that before, how far that is. Primary production methods. Nazi. Pseudoephedrine. Uses precursors, pseudoephedrine, hydriodic acid, red phosphorus to produce D-methamphetamine. The Outlaws Motorcycle Club maintains a sophisticated methamphetamine distribution network through its chapters across the state of Indiana. It controls a large number of associates and puppet clubs that it uses to retail drugs. Associates are individuals known by club members, but who have no standing within the club. They are allowed to hang around the clubhouse. Eagles. Attend parties and at times ride with the club members. They are often given odd jobs or tasked with drug retail sales, also known as runners. Some associates are well-connected business people whose line of work may be beneficial to the club, whose line of work may be beneficial to the club, whose line of work may be beneficial to the club. Puppet clubs are smaller motorcycle clubs within the sphere of influence of the major club. Puppet clubs. Members of puppet clubs can attend club meetings and wear a puppet support patch, identifying them with the major club. They do menial tasks, perform guard duty, commit violent crimes, and retail drugs. They do menial tasks, perform guard duty, commit violent crimes, and retail drugs, essentially keeping the major club and its members from getting dirty. Each outlaw member has at least 5 to 10 associates. Each outlaw member has at least 5 to 10 associates. And each major chapter maintains 1 to 5 puppet clubs. Each member has 5 to 10 associates, individuals known by club members but who have no standing. They're allowed to hang around, attend parties, and at times ride. They are giving odd jobs or tasks associated with retail drug sales. Some associates are well-connected business people whose line of work may be beneficial. 5 to 10 associates for each member. Claims made by Tina Rodell. She believed there were drugs in the trunk of the car. She called Lesenby to tip him off about the drugs. She said the men with her daughter were Elijah Cook, Keegan Callis, Josh Weaver, Tyler Joe Friends, Travis Janicki, and Garrett. Tina said her daughter called from the bridge on the 13th, and that when Megan Allen came home on the 15th, she was not in good condition. She alleges that her daughter was raped and beaten by the men as an initiation. It was rumored that it was for the Sons of Odin group. She also claimed that her daughter came home with a pair of earrings in her pocket that has since been turned over to the FBI. She also says that her daughter stabbed someone. Tina shared that the Delphi murders could have been an act of revenge against Libby's dad, Derek German. Tina believed that Derek snitched on her sister, Christy Lynn Martin, Keegan Callis, Tyler Joe Friends, and Jeff Reagan. It's rumored that Eric Alter was associated with the crew along with Abby's uncle, Libby's dad, and possibly Garrett Kurtz and Anthony Greeno. Tina said Cheyenne and Cheryl were there with the group and may have witnessed the crime. Tina also shared her story with Harvey Carroll. He spoke about it in his POI Matrix video and other videos that are currently private because he fucking deleted them, because he's hiding it. Some of the details are different than what Tina has shared in private groups. Information that Harvey claims Tina shared. Josh Hewitt may have been with the group on the 13th near the bridge. Josh Hewitt told her daughter who started the floor fires. Tina's daughter assault's initiation happened in a gray barn near the bridge. A gray barn near the bridge. Mears? Libby's dad ripped off Tina's sister, Christy Lynn Martin, meth-making supplier. Below are parts of Harvey's POI Matrix video that's deleted. Then we got Robert Tesh, Tyler Joe French, Josh Weaver, and Josh Hewitt. These guys are part of the Kokomo crew. There were rumors and discussion that they were out at the bridge camping out the night before. There were rumors that there were people making meth and stuff out there. There was also the rumor that Robert was dating Cheyenne. That's unconfirmed. Megan Allen and Keegan Callis went to the bridge that day and allegedly met with the Kokomo crew people I just discussed. The Kokomo crew had a possible drug war motives against Libby's dad. The Kokomo crew had possible drug war motives against Libby's dad. Tina claimed that Megan Allen was high on drugs. She got lost from Keegan and others out there that day. She called her multiple times and allegedly stabbed someone. Garrett Kurt's family lives right there in Delphi, right down from Bison Bridge off the trail of Samuel Milroy Road that runs right in front of City Park. Van Sickle is Garrett Kurt's family, 1521 Samuel Milroy Road, and it's been abandoned since shortly after the girls' deaths. Can you get all your people pulling records on that address? It was a cover-up. It was the girls walking in on the meth lab being ran by local cops and criminal informants. One of them snapped, and shit went crazy. Sorry to inform that, but after rethinking what Megan told on the phone, I came to the conclusion of it. She lied about being interviewed with LE and claimed to me she took pics. She did admit to me who was all there. Elijah Cook, Josh Weaver, Keegan Callis, and Tyler French. Travis Janicki was pickup guy. Cheyenne Hooligan, Engel, and Cheryl Loeffler witnessed what happened and might know who BG is. Tina, her daughter, was at the trails, she says, when the murder took place. They were the ones supposedly making meth at the trails. I'm not sure if it was Tina's son, Blake Hicks, was with them or not. Tina said they all got in this white car and went out to the trails, or at least Megan and Keegan Callis did. This bloke's bruised up 3 days after the murders. His sister Megan is Keegan Callis's girlfriend, or was at the time of the murder. Tina said Megan was attacked. Tina says, I never stated Blake was with them ever. Blake was not with them. When they came to this house, due to the people's rumors, it made him a suspect, cost his younger daughter all kind of poo in a small town. He gave his DNA. My other two sons are also a no-go. 3 people came, picked up my daughter. Kyle Smith was with Michaela Babcock and 2 others. Didn't find any leads, no evidence so far. They called off the search for tonight, spent about 2.5 hours with the Delphi police and fire looking and searching the High Bridge area. Continued search in the morning, all day as far as I'm concerned. Delphi police and fire, Kyle Smith, Michaela Babcock. Josh Lank says both found dead in a fucking cabin today. And we have Kelsey's letter, which I'm not going to read. I've already read it for you. I can't draw attention for the sake of protecting sources and working with law enforcement and Nick McClelland. Plus, I don't want the attention or drama. I own my own consulting business and do fine with it. I don't need money, not doing this for money or attention. It's a fight of good versus evil. Yes, it is, my son. Yes, it is, my son. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be part 1. That's going to be part 1. Okay? That's going to be your part 1. Now let's remove this and let's say hello to the chat. I'm sorry it took that long. Thank you all for sticking around. Thank you all for sticking around so much. I'm going to try to back the chat up some and at least address a few statements before we get out of here. All right. Let's see. Well, let me do it this way so I don't have to look at the screen. I will look at the computer. Okay. Hey, Caitlin Woodward. Welcome to you. Good to see you. 2 girls missing. Cancel the dogs. Let's go home. Tobes legacy. This info needs to be placed at the visitor center. Who in their right mind would want to go near those trails? Hell to the fucking no. Well, they don't go there anymore. It's all cleaned up. I would think the defense could use all this stuff. You would think. You would think law enforcement could use it, right? I'm sorry, but this is all factual, legit exposure. I mean, am I making up lies? Am I lying here? Am I making any of that up? Did I produce any of that for you? It's important to remember the first word in those that are CIs. Anyone on meth practicing this shit is totally unpredictable. Judge Gull enters all of the names as official Voldemorts during trial, those who must not name. Yeah, anyone. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone that I just covered in the past hour is absolutely verboten, not allowed. That's why Keegan can't remember what happened. The defense needs to get a new witness list going, it seems. Damn, they can't keep the whole town out of the fucking courthouse. First-hand eyewitness accounts for the defense don't count. Yep, the shack. Don't bring any of that into evidence. No. Tammy Martin says Mike Patty is the leader of the Delphi Associates. The other actor will be someone never heard of. I've always believed this was a paid hit. Does anyone ever wonder where the girl's other friends have been? I remember sharing with my boyfriend at that age, or best friend, what have these kids seen that kept them all silent for so long? Kurtz was high on spice and had just been to pick up more the day before. His testimony is on YouTube. Sure is. Open Secrets is a gold mine. But no, let's ignore the entire Open Secrets channel. Let's ignore the fact that Chris Mathis said it's Garrett's story to tell, but I'll tell you what I seen. Let's ignore the fact that Garrett said Nick Edwards showed Ashley Garth a snuff film of the murders of Abby and Libby. Let's forget about that. Let's just forget about that. Gabe Ellis confirmed that trails by law enforcement interview in newspaper. Yeah. I mean, he has somewhat of a resemblance to Bridge Guy. So does Mark Palladino. Mark Palladino has somewhat of a resemblance to Bridge Guy. An anonymous user made a post on another channel mentioning that this case is connected to Arizona, then later deleted it. I took a screenshot. Hey, email it to me. That'd be interesting. Nobody told me there was a lot of satanic paintings and shit and a bunch of doll parts in them were glued to the wall. What are you talking about there? Nobody's tunnels under the highway, except for some caves in the country, lots of culverts. There's all three. There's caves, there's tunnels, and there's culverts. There's a tunnel right there at Freedom Bridge. The way he says dead, found dead, yeah, found dead in a cabin. Isn't it odd? Isn't it odd the way he said that? Jesse Setzelbar said there are tunnels. Interesting that this is connected to Arizona, possibly. Frenchie says, welcome in, Frenchie. It's a big red flag. It was 43 degrees on the 13th of February, 2017. I haven't heard this forever. Thanks, Prof. Excellent research. Hey, well, thank you, Pitts. Okay. Red flags, right? Yeah. It doesn't have a timestamp. It says open 7 hours ago. Could be any time. And can you believe Erica Gibson? Okay, the whole story is that Erica Gibson alleges that she saw this Snapchat come about and she chose to screenshot it. Can you believe Erica Gibson? Can you actually believe the word of a young lady named Erica Gibson? Can you believe? Do you take her word for the source of that Snapchat? Are we supposed to take her word about that Snapchat? Are we supposed to? I don't take anyone's word with this case whatsoever. Why are we supposed to take the word for the case? So no evidence, just the word. Take your fucking word. Take your fucking word that you took a screenshot. Yeah, that's what a few of them were on. That's what a few of them were on. Okay. Delphi goes deep if you haven't figured it out yet. Yes, well, when everyone has been lying. Okay, everyone has been lying from day fucking one. All right. Sunflower, I just love you. I just love you. Look, I'll stick with Walden Pond. Thank you. Yeah, me too. Me too. Oh, that's just snarky as hell. I just love it. I love it. Okay, so sounds like it, doesn't it? Doesn't it, Precusant? Doesn't it, Precusant? Sounds like Cora Frost. Yeah. We want to know why McCurdy is said to have crime scene pics, and rather than talk to his brother-in-law, he was going to speak with what? And he shot to death and his house set on fire. Shit got crazy when everyone was amped up on meth. Hey, pardon me. The meth has messed up the minds of Delphi. I'm surprised they don't all ride unicorns as meth up. We want to know why they ran Mike Thomas off. What qualified Shane Evans for fucking prosecution office? I mean, bro, but were the fact that you were hiding these murders, is that what it is, Shane Evans? You were down with hiding the murders of Abby and Libby? We want the Patties to tell us how they knew Richard Allen and tell the truth. Yeah. Yeah, doesn't it resonate as a... It sounds like it was written by McCain. I mean, it's goddamn... Yeah. Okay. We want Liggett's and Mullins complaint records. Ooh, freedom of FOIA. Should someone do a FOIA for Liggett and Mullins complaints? Okay. Okay. And you say off topic, but you all just make for the most wonderful chat group and lives. Thank you, everyone. Well, so do you. Thank you for being here. All right, so let me. I think I'm good with going back. Let's come up to the current. I think I'm good. I think I'm good on that. They've got our girls. They've got our girls. What does that even mean? Babcock lived next to the Germans in Rockfield for years. The story that the informant snapped hits different for me now. The FBI listens to me, and then he went on Ruckus and said something about physically hurting someone and bragged about it. I think the older kids got younger kids high on spice and things got out of hand. I wonder if Kelsey was high in that interview. The younger kids were probably told it was regular marijuana, not the same. Hey, Amy, thank you for the super sticker, Amy. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoa, Caitlin, member for 2 months. Thank you, Caitlin Woodward. And I love your little wavy hands. And I did see it. I did see it. Thank you so much. It took me a while. Thank you so much. Prospects. Prospects is another thing, yeah. When you create an image of a person that is an amalgamation of images, he will resemble a whole lot of people. What do the Paddies stand to lose that they wouldn't want to bring the murderers to justice? Tina isn't going to lie like I won't. Well, I don't think about that. I think she'll lie about other shit, but maybe not about that. Sandy, the only thing I can think of is to protect Son since he was involved in all these meth gangs. That's hot. That's spicy. The defense has to outsmart this corruption with Gull and Nicholas McClelland's bullshit blocking witnesses. Why can't we see all of the evidence? Why can't we hear all of the evidence? Why can't we actually have a trial? Kind of weird that the Be on the Lookout describes their clothing before anybody came forward with the screenshots. Do you have that? Do you have that, BOL? Radar Sita? What's up, Simone? Tina is Christie's bestie, and she still told the truth. It says, oh, that's hot. That's hot, 4Pits. The prosecutor better figure something out if he doesn't want all the tea spilled. Well, the shit's hitting the fan. Like I said, this whole Titanic is sinking. Anna said Abby was evidently wearing Libby's sweatshirt. How did they know that in the Be on the Lookout? Ooh, radar. Now that's logicking. Radar is logicking some logic here. But no, of course, in the weird shit universe, you're not allowed to use logic whatsoever. You're not allowed to use logic, Radar. And they all said that Tina was crazy. That was bullshit. Yes, that's because she was telling the truth and they had to discredit her, just like they do to us. Why do you say the prof is outrageous? The prof is crazy. The prof is unhinged. The prof has hurt so many people. Why? Because I post these screenshots and I tell you what I have plumbed out of this. I don't think so, but they grew up together, says Pitts. Yeah, Radar, that was, whew, that was a good catch. Boy, I have to put it back up. I have to put that back up. Spice will fuck with you way more than meth. Yes, because you don't hear about people with meth eating people's faces off, but you did hear many times about people on Spice eating people's faces off. Remember? I made that comment several times. Grandson mentioned 5 nights at Freddy's and my blood pressure spiked. I just feel like that life is not as extraordinary as one might want us to believe. I don't think that life is fucking extraordinary. I don't think that life is fucking extraordinary. Tina says she saw Tyler Joe French, Garrett Kurtz, and Josh Lank walking towards the trails. Where's my party horn? All the names have always been the same. Do you guys realize this? That from day one, those names have always been the same. I have to put this back up because it's so mind-blowing. Anna said Abby was evidently wearing Libby's sweatshirt. How did they know that in the Be on the Lookout? Described wearing a gray sweatshirt. I'll tell you how. Tina was waiting for Gabe Ellis to come as well. Always been the same names. And guys, I would remind you that that was only the first 14 Delphi Weird Shits. We're already up to number 25, I believe. So we're already up to number 25. And I've only posted, we've only covered today the first 14 Delphi Weird Shit. I have a Pappas, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Anna said that on Dr. Phil. Tina was waiting for Gabe Ellis to come. Okay, so Radar says, I heard something about a birthday party they and Moore crashed, and the lady of the house had to kick him out the next morning, the 13th. Right. 10 more what? 10 more? No, Shibby. No, that'll be another time. I can't go through any more reading. My voice is almost shot. My voice is pretty much damn near shot. But well, it's been nice. It's been a nice hangout. Now I'm only interested in discussing the chat with you guys. So whatever you guys got in the chat, I will shoot the chat in the chat. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with presenting. So let us discuss with the chat. That's our job. 7 years of non-stop weird shit to cover. So many bells that can't be unrung. Yeah. True. But gosh, I just really love, I just want to say, I want to I just want to thank all of you in the chat and honor you and give you my utmost gratitude for your participation in this channel and uh, and all the incredible things you've shared. I mean, no matter what is said and what is done, the fact is that all of you have so much to add. You're all so brilliant. Uh, all of our minds are basically like file cabinets. We have so much in the file cabinets, and all together, uh, we basically realize we're all storing a bunch of the same files, and that has been so humbling to me. And and I think that that you guys alone are the reason that that this truth has survived and not totally gone away, and will continue on into the future, no matter what happens uh, with the trial of Richard Allen. And I really want to thank you for that, because it's humbling and it's been exhausting. And I know that you are exhausted, but you kept the good fight alive, and we've made it quite a ways. And I don't mean this channel, I mean those of us who actually want the actual 1,000% truth about what happened to Liberty German and Abigail Williams. We've made it. We've been able to keep this alive when they never thought we would. And I want to thank you for that. It's exhausting. Okay. The night before, wasn't it at Michaela's? Wasn't it with Michaela? I'd like someone to speak about the sleepover and Michaela, please. Lead with Love says, I went on a Raffi dive, finally got exposed to him and thanks y'all. Well, the problem there is that 90% of his work has been disappeared from the internet, but he's still kicking. It's just so unfortunate that they did it. They've gone after him really hard because he's gone after them. Shackety shack, don't talk back. I noticed the keyboard behind you. Do you play any other instruments? These days, keyboards. Keyboards, man, my man. Um, my file cabinet is overflowing, says Radar. I know it. Mine too. I am just done. I am extremely exhausted. No matter what the truth is, I just pray that true justice happens. That's what I mean. I don't care what the truth is. I want it to come, whatever the truth is. Thank you so much, guys. Well, there you go. That's what I was looking for. I mean, this has been a suspicion of mine. Okay, since this is brought up, I'm going to tell you that this has been a suspicion of mine for a long time for this particular reason. I believe that Michaela may have decided to bring those girls to the party at Ron Logan's. Where all of the shit was happening. Who was at the sleepover? Who was at the sleepover? Huge question. I've always wanted to know the deets on that one. This case drains one's mind and spirit. That will be forever in my mind. It's been an awesome chat tonight. Thank you. Okay. Michaela was a friend of Kurt's and Greeno. Lots of us had bought extra storage to keep all the information gathered on Delphi. I have, yeah. But I unfortunately, there's the extra storage in the brain. I mean, it's come on now. We really appreciate you in the readings, bro. Well, thank you for Baby Daddy, FBD. Precocent. Hundreds of photos. Yes, that's what I'm getting at, Sandy. That there's not any one of us who could ever do this. It could never be any one of us. It's something that would take a community. You have to understand this. That like this whole thing is something that would take an entire community, which we are, and you are, which you are. You are the community. This was so complex that it's taken an entire community to start to get in the direction of the truth. If you want to research something cool, research the Wabash Erie Canal and how it was made and operated. Wow. I had to bite the bullet and get the 10 gigabyte plan, 10 terabyte plan. Whoa, terabytes. 10 terabytes. Mears called to report a bunch of lights when? No, it was Weber. K. Weber reported the lights. Ooh, like enough lights to film something way out there? Ooh, that's rich. That's rich. Well, we need to talk to K. Weber. First time I heard of this crime, I was devastated and I wanted the truth and justice to come. Nancy Drew has a notebook full. Well, just like your namesake. You are so cute, Nancy Drew. It's amazing. Okay. I watch free lawn makeover channels to give me mental health breaks. Oh, nice job. Nice job. Oh, was it Mears or was it Shelley Mears or was it Kay Weber who called in several times on the 12th? Playing this fast, says Rick. What's up, Rick? Rick H. Good to see you. Playing this fast, some seems to confirm something I'm working on. Whoa. Good job. That's Rafi's best trait. He can put it together and he can remember everything. Seriously. If Richard is innocent, can you imagine how his filing cabinet is strung and thrown? It takes so much from any soul, 5 minutes into any mention of it. My father bought a caboose and called it the Wabash Cannonball. Slept 6. Thank you. It was Kay Weber. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Good. Good. Just so we're straight. But Mears called about the scream, right? Wasn't it Mears, Miss Mears, that called about the scream in the middle of the night? In the very beginning, there was a rumor that somebody wanted to make a horror film out there. Do you remember anything about that? Was it Kim's Crypt? Was it Kim's Campground? Was it any of the Huddleston bullshit? I just want to know. I'm a little curious about that. Okay. What's with all the rumors about them being brought to the to the Mears barn or shed? What's that about? What's about the rumors about going to the Mears shed barn, whatever you want to call it, garage? Swerve could have heard the police recorder that night that the cops got called up there to the party of sorts. You can hear somebody screaming in the background. Okay. I'll take one radar bite and one diamond bite to go, please. Megabyte me. All right. I thought Julian Powell's weird ass did a high school project of a horror film at the bridge. Well, that drive took forever. You missed the whole chat. Heard the weird stuff. Well, you got to go back. You got to go back digital. When Kim Dunlap reported from Delphi that day, she said it looked like a movie scene. Nancy, do you still have that? Do you happen to have that? Okay. Oh, it wasn't Julian Powell, it was Daniel Pearson? Well, Daniel Pearson was at the trails that day. Yeah, do you have that? If you have that, Nancy Drew, please let me know. That'd be interesting. Take a look at. All right, guys. Ooh, please send it via email, Nancy Drew. I would so appreciate that. That would be interesting to take in. I mean, how many crimes do you have the rumor of a film in? I mean, we know a lot of these rumors. The reason they have maintained over time is that there's something to the rumor. For instance, for instance, trying to figure out how to say this. So I'll say it this way. A year before the Franks memorandum was released, in which it was revealed that there were sticks formed into the potential shape of runes on the girls' bodies, there was this rumor. So, a year prior to the Franks memorandum being released, I spoke with someone who told me this about the crime scene. They said, Prof, one thing I heard about the crime scene is that the girls had symbols carved onto them. And I said, what? And she said, the girls had satanic symbols on their chest. And I said, oh. And she said, yes. And I said, well, what do you mean on their chest? And I can't remember if it was her saying it or if we came to a mutual agreement what it meant, but basically that there were symbols, satanic. I mean, remember, this is a year before the Franks memorandum was released, in which we got a verbal description of the crime scene. So the rumor I heard a year before was that, yes, Prof, at the crime scene, there were symbols on the girl's chest. I said, okay. And then I remember coming away from that conversation thinking that what that meant was that someone used the knife to not only cut, because the rumor was this. Okay, we were describing the crime scene. She said, Prof, one was naked, one was clothed. Okay, she said, Prof, both of their necks were sliced and had been stabbed in the side of the neck. so that the blood would drain. And she said, Prof, they had symbols on their chest, satanic symbols, quote unquote. And I said, okay, well, what does that mean? And so I came away from that conversation assuming that that meant someone had taken the knife that they used to cut the throat and carved satanic symbols into the chest. Okay, so the rumor that their necks were cut, correct. The rumor that their necks were stabbed in the side, correct. The rumor that one was clothed, one was nude, correct. The rumor that there were symbols that were occult or non-secular or satanic on the chest, correct. Okay, how did it get twisted sideways a little? Was that they were carved into the chest. Okay, so how many other rumors are correct of a similar nature? And that's what I'm getting at, is a lot of these rumors, there's a primary strand or element of truth to the rumors. That's why they have persisted among the really smart people for so long. So Deb's True Crime Notebook responded back, runes. How did she know? When, Diamond Eyes? Tell me when. Where and when? Please lay that down very clearly for us, if you don't mind. Also in the beginning, yes, I know that. It was said he was wearing some sort of mask. Some sort of mask thing. That's another persistent rumor. Yeah. Yeah, there's also those stupid ass rumors. Stupid ass rumors about dolls and teddy bears and rabbit bears and various shit like that. There's that whole line of rumors. There was a rumor, one rumor was there was a cross. Okay, I'll tell it now. I'll tell this rumor now because so much has been revealed. I don't feel like it's a bad thing to say. But a persistent rumor that I have heard over the years, or that I had heard, persistent rumor was that there was a cross from the cemetery. Okay, a persistent rumor that I heard was that Abby was left respectfully as if in a casket, and that there was a cross from the crime scene, a cross from the cemetery taken and placed at the crime scene. Okay? Some kind of face covering. Yeah. Ooh, diamond eyes. Ooh, we're going to have to talk about that. We're going to have to talk about that. How in the fuck did she know? Deb's True Crime Notebook. Please join the chat and reveal to us how you knew there were runes over a year ago on Sunny Justice. Can you please do that? Can you please step up to the plate, Deb's True Crime Notebook, and stop lying and hiding behind people? Body crime scene photos dropping soon, talk in January 2023. There's no cross under the bridge. That's where Rafi and I disagree. That's an old structure for some sort of a telegraph line or telephone line or something like that, electric line. There, it's a pole. It's a utility pole down there. Okay. Yeah, so many things I only half remember. But all that kind of dumb shit, all that stuff. What up, criminal network? What up? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. Was Abby hung from a tree to drain her blood? Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? I don't see evidence of that. I don't see evidence of it, but I mean, it kind of seems like you could assume something like that. But I think the blood could have also just drained in the creek. If they were in the creek in very cold weather and cut in the creek, all the blood would have come out. Okay. Yeah, what's up, Criminal Network? Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Cheyenne is a mortician. We have several individuals tied to the mortuary business surrounding this case. Can you name them all in the chat? We have several individuals surrounding this case involved in the mortuary business. That'll be a quiz. That's a quiz. That's a quiz for the chat. Okay. I feel like I heard rumors of ritualistic stuff, even runes, but it's like I can't be certain anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I never heard of a rune. The way it was described to me was satanic symbols. Satanic, exactly, is how it was described to me by a local who knows what she's talking about. All right. I'm sure I'm missing some chats. I'm trying to keep up here. Okay. I'm missing chats. Faith in men. Faith in man. I think it's odd. Okay, the faith in man thing, it's odd to me because I look at it as, is that even real? I mean, it also kind of says faith in man, right? I mean, you could look at it a couple different ways. Faith in man. Cheyenne is some type of tool on the bridge photo covered up with Photoshop. Cheyenne, Levi, and a third one all involved in mortician. Yeah, Aaron Town, that third one, you afraid to name him? Uh, there's a few morticians surrounding this case, and it's very interesting. Blood able to be painted on the tree had to be collected in a horn or a cup or a glass. So yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Criminal Network. I agree. Did Logan? Did Logan? Why does no one ever talk about Inman? Faith Inman or faith in man? It's fucking weird to me. I mean, it's like the more layers you peel away from this onion, the more there is. Faith Inman. I feel there's so much the defense needs to learn and know. Yeah, the attorneys don't know half the. I mean, I'm telling you, the attorneys are just catching up with this stuff. So I know that they've got some discovery, but none of this is going to be in discovery if they're hiding this. If they're hiding this, if Cheyenne is holding a tool in the bloody pants photos, it's called a teokar used to drain blood. Whoa. Whoa. Or a trocar. Are you misspelled? Yeah, God said, cursed is the man that puts trust in man. Oof. Trocar. Wow, Kayla. Good call. Good call there. It's more weird shit. Like I said, we're talking about weird shit. It's the Delphi weird shit. I mean, I am often on a daily basis. I mean, just about every day in talking to people, someone says to me, Prof, they're not the conspiracy theorists that you are. I guess I am. I don't know if that's what you call fucking truth is stranger than fiction here. If it was someone making a movie, the details are too many for an average criminal. Has an artistic note. Mercury, Nike, floating deer, so pagan. Yeah, faith in man. You get where I'm going with this. How straight and crazy it is. Comet, uh, faith in man. Greeno's little bit of consciousness affecting his game and emotions. Faith Inman is like Lee Kerr. They're hacker type of names and shit. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Even talking about Cheyenne gives me the creeps. Yeah, her fucking lipstick gives me the creeps. Yeah, Man, Makisha, like 5 different names. Yeah, it's like Carmelina Conklin, Carmelina Burris, Karma Burris. Just how many fucking names these people got? Jennifer Barnes Dean had the same problem. I mean, these people have fucking 5, 10, 15 names. I think the faith in men would be a Masonic thing because they have to denounce their faith in God. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Now that's where you and I, Deanna, we're spot on agreeing with this. What the coroner's name at the time, that guy. What was the coroner's name? Criminal Network, High Precusant. I have Apophis. Criminal Network, live to Mike Patty montage video. Yeah. Was it that video with the wacky patties? Is it wacky patties? Great video. Very concerning. Very fucking concerning. Extremely fucking concerning. Thank you. Criminal Network. Awesome work. Awesome work. Chokers are typically made up of an awl, which may be metal or plastic with a pointed or tapered tip, a cannula, especially a rigid hollow tube, and often a seal. Ooh, Frenchie, that's a little TMI. TMI there, Frenchie. Get to work. Go to work. Gosh, have mercy. TMI. Okay. There's definitely a duality with the names that come up. Yes, also Liberty German. Also Abigail Williams of the Salem witch trials. I mean, guys, almost every fucking name. Think about it. Almost every fucking name. You can't see what you don't consider. We need conspiracy theorists. Yes, that's why I call this novel thinking. Novelty of thought is a blessing. It's a gift, and it's the solution to every fucking problem. I mean, Terrence McKenna will educate you on what it means. I love the prof attitude, carefree, unfiltered. Oh, thank you, Criminal Network. Yes, because I have no skin in the game, no dog in the race. All I care about is the truth about these girls coming out, and I don't care. I don't care about anything else. Hats off to I on the Trocar thing. I'm an I fangirl. Oh, that god awful lipstick. All right. Y'all don't even know the names. So fucking many. Gosh. Holman the Proud Viking. Ooh, well, elaborate on that, Criminal Network. You got to show me some goods on that. I'm behind. Am I behind here on old Jerry Doughboy Holman? I call this spitballing. Hey, it'd be nice to be sitting all together in a room with you guys, shooting the shit, as they so say, or the chat. Shooting the chat. First hacker I met in the 90s had the name Rapin, Napier, the Joker spelled backwards. Yep, there you go. There you go. The Abby Williams connection was creepy as fuck. So was the German Liberty. So was the Faith in Man. All the Logans, Brads, Westfall, Westville, Westerman. Right. He said he's a Viking fan. Ooh. Young sketch guy was Kelsey German. I believe that. I always thought the boyfriend never considered it was a girl before. Yeah, I think it's Kelsey. It's my opinion. Third eye not blind. Yikes. Thank you, sweet dude Shibby. The key question is, did Abby get dropped off at Patty's? Because if so, gee, it's like it was all ordained. Yeah, it's almost like a ritual, doesn't it seem? I mean, if that's so, okay, if that's so. So if all these names are just like something else, then wouldn't it mean, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to click that, but let's see. I despise what they've done to my culture, the majority culture. I'm actually Norwegian. Oh, and I love the Norwegians, Aaron. I told you about my favorite composer is a Norwegian. Let's see. What did I mean to click on that I missed? Jeez. Oh, this one. Like it was all preordained. Yeah. Hey, what up, Chevy Killer 306? What up? Never seen you before, but thanks for coming on into the chat. I wish more people would. How did Abby get there? Yeah, how did Abby get there? Westfall in Indiana is more common than Smith. So there are some Powells in Delphi that are related to some Burstons. There was a Dave Burston, the retired media guy for ISP. Yeah, and he said some interesting shit too, right? Um, he said some interesting shit. Remember, he said one of the parents. So Burston said one of the parents dropped off the girls at the trail. Okay. He also said that the voice and the video of Bridge Guy don't necessarily come from the same thing, the same recording. Everyone misses that point. That's something I'm glad I'm remembering him saying that, because I want to make that point because I haven't said it in a while. People often assume that the recording of the voice that you hear from ISP and the recording of the Bridge Guy is the same source. And I don't necessarily believe that. And Burston said, don't assume that they both come from the same thing. He wouldn't confirm or deny, but he just said, don't assume that the voice comes from the BG video or the BG video comes from the voice recording. He said that. And I'm kind of the belief at this point that they're two separate things. The names create chaos magic, in my opinion. Interesting, interesting. Interesting unmasked truth. I wonder about the autopsy, stomach contents, banana pancakes. Yes, exactly. Delphi on Lupercalia with Goddess Nike, the Mercury Comet, the Man in Black, the Man on Bridge. Remember, Bridge Guy is BG. Brad Holder is BH. BH. There's numerology at play. There's 213, 213. It's a lot of oddness. Is it feasible that Kelsey then snuck them out or flat out took them out on the night of the 12th? Libby was already abducted before Abby was dropped off at Patty's. Whoa. Chevy Killer says, Precascent Diamond Eyes, hello. Stomach contents should show if they had the last meals together. If different, you might be proven fucking right. Germaine. Yes, exactly. Germaine. 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 The stomach contents are germane. I tell you that fucking much. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. They are hiding the stomach contents. Yeah, why are they hiding the coroner's reports, etc.? Libby, when she spent the night at Michaela Babcock's. Two different phones, maybe? I don't know. Or two different sources. Is one a trail cam, one a phone? Pizza at the Babcock. Oh, pizza. Comet. Okay, Comet Pizza. You guys remember all the shit with the pedophiles and the Comet Pizza? We have the Comet. We have Pizza King. Is that what it's called? This is seriously one of the best live streams on Delphi ever. Well, thank you. But I know Joe Lewis did one recently. I mentioned it. What gets me is they talked about runes before we heard. How? Yes. And you say that's Deb on Sunny Justice. Pizzagate. Comet Ping Pong. That's what I meant to say, maybe? Yes, he said the voice in the picture may not be the same people. That's when Shane and Holman looked at each other and tried not to laugh, as if he wasn't supposed to say that. He also said, you can't see what's to the left or right of the camera. Yes, I did remember her answering me. Was it Friday night at Tara's and Saturday night at Michaela's? Marianne Jacobson says, Joe and I are the only creators I watch until yesterday, just added Prof. Yes, and I suggest, True Crime Design in the old days made a plethora of interesting videos. Kelsey called her mom to see if she had seen Libby, yet they never checked at Anna's house. Yeah. Pizza King was rumored to be a factor since the beginning. Sleepover where it went down. Family have messed with the chronology. It wasn't 2 weekends before, it was the Saturday that weekend. Yeah, you know what else is fucking crazy? You know what else is fucking crazy? The geocaching. Because Kelsey made sure to mention to James Renner how they were so obsessed with geocaching. Obsessed with geocaching at that very time. She also slipped up in mentioning that they were geocaching that very day or that very weekend or something to that effect. You know, she slipped up and made a slip of the tongue and saying they were geocaching that day. And then she backtracked and corrected it. And oh no, I mean, okay, let's see. Thank you for emailing me, Nancy Drew. We talked about the runes in the beginning, mainly because of the Brad Holder page and him being Logan's dad. Yeah, but like I said, when my very fucking good source, when she called me and we talked about the crime scene that she had knowledge of, the word runes was not used. It was satanic symbols. Ron Logan was rumored to be at Pizza King in Americas. Is that true? I haven't heard that before. That's interesting. They've been giving Easter eggs for years, hiding shit in plain sight. Yes, because you know what they have to do. They have to tell you what they're doing. That's part of it. They have to tell you what they're doing, but you're not supposed to be smart enough to understand it. She slipped and mentioned the shack with the maniacal laugh. Yeah, we know about that part. But wasn't the geocaching the night they had the sleepover at Michaela's? Yes, which is the night that it's seeming like maybe everything is headed in that direction. That's what I'm getting at. Baum, McCain, Conklin are all related at some point in the past. Kelsey also said Libby's not answering my phone. True Crime dropped a community post today and a new video coming soon. Oh, interesting, interesting, interesting. The new owner of Bombs had an interesting story. I'll have to look it up. Kelsey Chase and Libby allegedly went geocaching on the 10th and then spent the night at Michaela's. No photos at all. They were out all day. Geocaching is insane. Yes, they were geocaching in Florida 2 days before. Doesn't it seem that there was a lot going on those 2 days? It's hard to keep track of those girls. Yeah, yeah. And where's all the fucking proof? Where's all the fucking proof? I wondered why the family was never immediately taken in, locked in separate rooms, and interrogated, and got a search warrant for the fucking home. Obviously, they would definitely be suspect number one. Obviously. Yeah, why were they treated so differently? Why was Kelsey allowed to delete shit? Why did she lie about knowing or contacting Anthony Schatz? I mean, I wish. I wish. That's like a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. Have you ever heard of Anthony Schatz? I wish. That's a bold-faced lie. You cannot lie that way and get away with it. You were asked about pyro images. Were they in reference to the Pyro Music Festival? I don't know. I don't know. But I'll show you that. That's you will be seeing that soon. Kid's cell phone had evidence. I think Flora Palladino's cryptic note was created by the kid. They may have recorded the convo or shared this at the sleepover. I don't know. One of Libby's friends reported that her friend count on Facebook dropped by like 20 or 25 people overnight. Sanitizing the social media. Sanitizing the crime scene, sanitizing the home, sanitizing the vehicle, sanitizing the social media, sanitizing the cell phone data. Unusually warm day. I is correct. 10th at Tara, 11th at Michaela. Libby got gone then. Abby dropped off 12th. Abby gone 12th. Cover up completed 13th at the trails. Girls brought in overnight in the AM of the 14th. Yeah, and remember the ping situation? Phone suddenly, all of a sudden, pings at 4:33 a.m. on the 14th. It's not an accident. That had to be initiated by a human being. Ron Logan was at Pizza King. If I understood, it was another way to get him for breaking probation because they serve alcohol there. 100% agree, Kayla. I wouldn't say 100%, but I'm following. I'm following this in agreement. I'm just not sure on my percentage of agreement, but I'm following and in agreement. Aaron and Kayla and I. Okay. It's live far back. She talks about Garrett Kurtz and some other people and Diamond. I am another Amy, just a new name, new phone, same old person. It's in Tippecanoe, not Carroll, so he could sneak home without getting caught. Ah, I see. I wonder what else Renner has on the 360 video. He stayed on Murray for 20 years. He got on Delphi early before the stories were set. Put out a few videos, then dropped like a hot fucking potato. Yeah, what happened with him? He's doing weird shit now too. If you check this channel out, I don't even follow. Okay. Kelsey said the FBI annoyed her and was rude, mean, 6, 7 interviews. They're just trying to figure out what the fuck happened to your sister. And you're lying to people. The family is hiding something big, and the LEO are covering why, why all of this deception and red flags everywhere. I mean, that's all we want. The people are asking questions. That's all we want. Okay. A lot of stuff scrubbed. Yeah, the scrubbing, sanitizing. Is there an actual active track near where they were found? Nope. It was cold on the fucking February 8th, 20 degrees. And it didn't warm up until above freezing until February 10th. And it was still fucking cold. It was barely above freezing. We're not talking about, yes, but Simon, it was a full moon on the 11th. Whoa. Simon, we're not talking about pinging all over town. We're talking about the time of the ping at 4:33 a.m., meaning someone turned that phone on at 4:33 a.m. on the 14th. That's a huge fucking red flag. That's after the bodies were moved and dumped there. Okay. You all know much more of the backstory than I, says Crystal Blue. Reener is a creep. He and Kelsey like two peas in a pod, says Sunflower. Absolutely, the lies and fake narrative. It was unseasonably warm out that day. It was 43 fucking degrees, and the Eric guy said that it was cold out. What do you mean they didn't have jackets on? Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. So why are you trying to make excuses for why the clothes came out of that trunk and went on those girls? That's my opinion. The clothes is all weird because there's too many days to make up for. I don't know crap, only my theory. I wish I knew, so sad. Too many fucking stories. You can't keep track of all the liars. Diamond, someone keeps hacking my accounts, so it's my new name. Well, you better put on the two-factor authentication on your devices and accounts. Oh, the squirrel breeders have entered the chat. Could they have been told a narrative? Yes. Steve Test means nothing to me. I mean, I'm going to be just brutally honest. That test means nothing. I'm looking at the geofencing, and I'm looking at the times the phone was turned off from the ping from AT&T and the time the phone was turned on. 3 phones in the area where the girls were murdered. We need those names. Yeah. It don't make sense that other people can't see the forest for the trees. In my opinion, I thought I would still work even if it was turned off. I've been told that it won't work unless you take out your SIM card, but who knows? I wish Peter Hyatt would analyze Patty family's words in interviews. His statement analyses would be fire. Okay. All right. So what did I miss? Did I miss too many of your weird? Yeah, there you go. I mean, bottom line, weird. Oh, wrong one. Weird. Bottom line. Yeah, but the clothes, see, what always gets me with the red flags is the emphasizing the big deals and making a big fucking deal out of it. And the making the big deal about this story is really absolutely infuriating and throwing up nothing but a million red flags. Okay? Really a million red flags. The clothes is all weird because there's too many days to make up for. Yeah, and the whole fucking story about it. when you make a big deal about doing this, it sets off alarm bells in my head. It says something's not right with what you're trying to fucking get me to believe about these jackets. I made them wear the jackets. I made them. I took them. Why are you trying to explain what clothing they are having on or with them? Why are you trying to explain the clothing? Simon Wright, GPS and pings are two different animals. I've seen a few of Mr. Steve's experiments. He also pushed the hand smudge nonsense. Yeah, that's totally bullshit. I showed you that last night. There's distinct right angles. That's no fucking hand smudge. That's troll farm tactics. Kurt said Derek German was working with the feds. Yeah, he was a fucking CI. IDOC heroin pipeline, that Sinaloa cartel player out of Chicago put the word out, Aryan Brotherhood, to clean it all up. Whoa, repeat that again more clearly, please, because that right there is smelling kind of good, Dave Thomas. They gave it all away with the hand symbols and shit, all very weird. The best triangle hand was Greg Massa. It was overtly obvious. Yeah. And I mean, during that same conference, wasn't it Shane Evans that looked like he was literally giving birth to a child out of his ass? I mean, he was sweating bullets. They want us to think she had her phone on her and the boogeyman never heard it ringing when Derek started calling. Prof, I'm asking, is it true that the phone shut off or stopped pinging around the time he went to the police station? I'll tell you when. 5:44 p.m. approximately on the 13th, the phone stopped pinging. It goes silent for what, 11 hours? Until 4:33 approximately a.m. the next morning. So what happens during those 11 hours? And who has control of those bodies? From the time that phone is turned off or whatever the case may be at 5:44 p.m., someone turns it off. The next morning, someone turns it on 11 hours later. Who's that person? Who's doing that? Did they do any phone dump, or celebrate before Kelsey had her hands on the fucking phone? That's what I want to know. And why is all that shit gone? Why does the defense not have any cell phone data from the family, which would be essential in producing an accurate timeline? Didn't Libby's mom say she spent on her that money, or is it just text? No, it's a text. That's the thing. That was a whole misunderstanding. It was a fucking text. Okay, I'm here to listen, not to argue, says Scamma. Mary Meditation is a new member. Thank you for being a member. We appreciate you. Welcome. How did she know then everything changed, that Richard Allen is 100% guilty? What did I miss? Am I missing something? Try to catch up with you guys. Sorry. Jiu-Jitsu opines that Steve is a good guy, but his experiments exemplify the problem with forensic sciences. Specifically, they pay fuck all attention to the scientific method. Yeah, it's all fucking bullshit. Okay. Well, right now we're just chit-chatting. This is not a legal document. We're not producing legal documents for the court right now. I mean, come on, guys, lighten up. They mentioned the close so fucking much. What a statement analysis. That's where a statement analysis would come up. And what's up with the unnecessary emphasis, repetition, the big fucking deal you're making out of handing these sweaters? Exactly, Prof. She emphasized they were her sweaters. Yeah, that tells me she's emphasizing they come out of her car. She's emphasizing they have her DNA all over them. She's trying to explain the clothes they are wearing, obviously. Derek can no driver's license drive to take pics for more of Becky's fraud, but had Ron Logan go to prison for driving his trash to the dump. Yeah, and Derek, that whole excuse about coming the back way to put him on Wilson Bridge because they knew that his phone pinged at Wilson. So they had to describe, why is Derek German on Wilson Bridge or at Wilson Bridge? They had to explain why in the fuck would he be at Wilson Bridge. So the story, blah, 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 backroads, bullshit. Promise not to tell. Okay. Professor Pug, hey, welcome in, sweet cheeks. I'm not pro-prosecution or pro-defense, but that's where we're in agreement. I'm for constitutional rights and justice for Abby and Libby in the floor fort, but that's where we're in total agreement. Hey, I am in 100% agreement with you. I think the clothes were trying to explain DNA that could be up. There you go. So yeah, who knows? Some story about why they came out your trunk. Would you would probably know? Wouldn't a phone ping when turned off if not shut down or something? Said there was a letter with doodles and symbols and Garth and other names written in the narrative. Gray Hughes does the hand signals too. It's like he's trying to fit in or be. Gray pubes. You can't fucking. You can't. That guy. Was there any proof of Liberty actually using the phone? Remember seeing Kelsey say in an interview about the girls each wearing her sweat fucking shirts. Perhaps the girls were still alive. We don't have a time of death. Yeah, no time of death. No fucking coroner's report. We don't know anything. Come on. First name Becky said, while the girl's still missing. Brad Holder, Brad Holder, Brad Holder. Yeah, I think it's staged to look like Brad Holder to set him up, and it's staged to look like Ron Logan to set him up, because the whole thing is deflection. Look there, look there, look there, not here. Kurt said Cianola player named King. DEA launched Project March 2017, arresting 1,500 Cianola cartel operatives in Indiana, Wisconsin, Montana. 2010, Aryan Brotherhood became Cianola's U.S. partners. Oof. Thank you for that, Dave Thomas. I really appreciate your contribution there. Too many phones erased. Kelsey and Libby's. Why? Why so fucking much missing from the prosecution erased? Why 77 days of investigation? And why are the most important interviews in the early days? And why is the entire family's cell phone data? Why is all of this missing? Why? How in the earth can we ever prosecute a case? Got to go, Prof. Chat. Catch rest. See you tomorrow on the replay. All right, Bobby. You know this will be available tomorrow on the goddamn replay on the backup channel. Dave Thomas, can you explain? Says Marianne. Matthew Greco, welcome in, Matthew. Appreciate seeing you here. You appear to be a new person in the chat. Have you outlined your theory of events? What happened, your theory? Yes, I have, very many times. All threats are horrific, means you struck a nerve. Yeah, we are striking nerves. Bad. FYI, your phone is tracking you at all times, even if turned off with no cellular or Wi-Fi in airplane mode. GPS is fucking satellite, obviously. There's a transceiver in your phone that is always on. DNA? What DNA? DNA on the missing fucking hard drive? Pardon me. Thank you, that's what I was telling someone last night. Yeah, you mean about the GPS? Staged to make it look like these people did it. Look over there, not over here. Professor Pug, also 70 plus days of recordings at the law enforcement building erased. Pat Brown and Ron Logan lived together at one time. Is it true Carroll County destroyed the evidence in Florida? Yes, it is. The evidence locker. Yes, it is. Isn't that astounding? We'll have Meow on Sunday to discuss that with us. Yeah, I see the trolls are in the chat. What's up? What's up, trolls in the chat? We'll just ignore you. Dave's coming in hot. And the rumor has always been they found Kelsey's DNA at the crime scene. Well, hey, it's on her clothing, right? That's why she's got sweaters. I wonder if Cassie Lane is related to David Lane. Mike coming in hot, real hot, real fucking hot. Would you please elaborate aside from using the My Phone app? Someone was informed they either left the area and went back, or someone took the phone and put it on their fucking body. Yeah, what happened? It's fucking weird shit. It's Delphi weird shit. I mean, this is part 2500. Do you think we could ever run out of weird shits? I mean, this entire thing is a fucking, it's weird shit. She got snarky, says Scamma. No, two Scamma? What did Scamma say? We figured that one out. Are you talking about Sunny Justice or something? Don't waste no time over there. Goddamn, they're nuts. Can you explain the link to the river search in U-boat? It's on the community page. I don't know the link here. As far as the river search, the rumor is Doug Carter brought a phone from the river and brought it over to fucking U-boat in France or wherever. Check out the community page. But what I think is that U-boat is connected to the leaks. The leaks are connected to the dark web. Run with that. Becky Patty Short points the finger real fast at Brad Holder. Kelsey German driving a whole fucking car full of sweatshirts and the heathens playing on a loop. Yeah. There's no coincidences in this case. There's a lot of weird shit, though. There's as much weird shit as coincidence. There was even a story to make it plausible why sus DNA could be found in the bed of another room. Oh, really? Repeat that story. I seem to forget that one. Cellular can be turned off and pings are based on cellular. Well, that is why I'm talking about these pings. Okay, about the phone is turned off at 5:44 p.m. on the 13th. Phone turned off. There's all these rumors about the bodies being moved the early morning of the 14th, and then the phone is turned on at 4:33 a.m. on the 14th. I had issues with inner ear at a time, and I just personally couldn't listen for some reason to her, so I didn't get past that. Joint Senate Committee hearing in 2010 had feds ringing alarm bells in Washington that Cianola had totally infiltrated Indiana State Police, state politics, Ellie. Well, maybe we should go and look at the Joint Senate Committee hearing in 2010 referring to this. And the weird shit never stops. They keep on going and going and going and going and going and going. The weird shit keeps on rolling. They lied, they lied, they lied, they lied. The lies have never ceased. The lies have never ceased. They've lied and lied and lied and lied. It's bullshit, bullshit, BS, BS. Whose white truck is in the helicopter bid that was near the crime scene with two police cars? The load of LE that were headed down to the scene? Yeah, is that Shane Evans? Was it Shane Evans? I believe he's the one that says he's got the truck loaded coming over there. Maybe it's a city truck. Could not sleep alone for months afterwards. Had to move into bedroom of Gamma. Oh, yeah. And remember, she has to lock the door 14 times. Check the door locks 14 times every night. So I've said for over 2 years, geofencing would absolutely prove that Liberty and Kelsey was in the same fucking car at the same time, putting all doubts to rest if she was off by a few minutes, but that's okay. I don't know what you're saying. Maybe you got a Chevy killer. Repeat that in a more basic way so that the dumbass prof can figure out what you're saying. Kelsey with a car full of fucking sweatshirts in one interview. And then she said another time that the girls used her sweatshirts and she didn't have one to put on. Why is she explaining her DNA on these girls? And question here. The clothing that Abby has on is not the clothing that was described for 7 fucking years. As being on the other victim. Did that clothing that Abby has on come out of that trunk? Could there be a chance one of the girls screamed at 2 a.m. and still alive? Yes. That scream haunts me. Who screamed? I don't know. There's a chance because we don't really know, right? Is that the moment of death? I mean, could that have been the moment of death? Like I said, if you look at Libby's hands are covered in blood. Her face is cut all over. She's nude, and she's just there. Criminal network, I have hypothesis, etc. Thank you all so much. Work done. Real life heroes. All of you in the chat. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We could not have done it except all together. Trying to understand this thing. Why would the mayor be at the crime scene? Why would the mayor be there the day before? Yeah, I think that's when the city's motive started. Mayors often get hands-on involved in investigations. Do mayors? Do you remember that video of the helicopter with the guys on the bridge? Do you remember? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's, I always thought that was J. Kyle Keener and his assistant, but I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. This is all hypothetical for educational purposes only, an experiment in novel thought and literary creativity. Prof is smart, not dumb. Some things are hard for me to read. Oh, Abby, most likely. The scream of Abby. Oof. I don't want to even think about that. The guy by the white car trunk was pretty tall too. What's a good point, Prof? In the Be on the Lookout, they know exactly what Abby was wearing, but completely wrong what Liberty was wearing. No way. For 7 fucking years, they knew what she was wearing, and all of a sudden, the crime scene photos are leaked, and all of a sudden now she's wearing something different. Ain't no fucking chance in hell. Just because Libby's phone pinged all over town doesn't mean Libby had the phone. No, not at all. Could GPS a phone be matched up with the GPS of black box in car? Anna said she heard the scream but was too afraid to go check. So the geofence will absolutely provide that she was in the car or both phones was in the car at the arrival. Yeah, well, that's the thing. The difference between human beings and phones. Because just because Liberty's phone ends up somewhere doesn't mean that Liberty's holding that phone. That's a whole other thing. But thanks for laying it out. Yeah. Allegedly. Was Anna at the fire? Why was everyone told to report to the fire station, by the way? In my opinion, nobody screamed at 2 a.m. Who would have been awake to hear it? No. Someone did scream at 2 a.m. That's well known that there was a scream in the 2 o'clock hour. Now the question is, why did law enforcement not report it? I mean, not show up to deal with it? Who was the scream from? Why the bullshit about the scream? Because there was this whole bullshit where someone says, that was some kids jumping on a trampoline at 2:30 a.m. Remember that one? The trampoline story? I remember an early news report saying it was a football field of crime scene. Yeah, because it's from Wilson Bridge all the way to fucking High Bridge. Come on. In my opinion, allegedly, word on the street. She was in the car at the interview at her house. Kelsey said Libby had her phone. All stories, bullshit, covering ass. She said in an interview at her house, she was in a car near her house. She said in an interview at her house, she was in a car near the scene. 3 shoes. Will that be asked about at trial? Yeah, how about 3 phones? There's a photograph at the fire station with Gabe Ellis. Is it Gabe, though? Is that real? Is it really Gabe? Scream of Abby seeing Libby before they kill her, maybe. Heard the dispatch about the scream. There you go. The scream actually happened. It was in the 2 o'clock hour, and the excuse was made that it was some fucking jumping on a trampoline or something. And yes, the police were too busy to respond when they had an ongoing active search for 2 fucking missing girls in that exact location. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Interesting, we don't see what Libby is wearing in any photos. Yeah, where are all the photos of Libby? Her clothes is missing. Supposedly Abby, who do we see a photo of, is not even in the clothes from the bridge pic. Just because the phone pinged doesn't mean they were the ones holding it, but also means they could have been. Who the fuck knows? Some searchers were interviewed, and they said they were sent to the football fields. Caitlin, who reported the screams, was a hot... dead by Jerome Weiss 72 hours later. Maybe you'll retype that. Burston is he was like the PR guy, the public information officer or whatever for ISP in the early years. Burston. Dave Burston, I believe. The lady from Mears Farm, called in that it's a recorded 911 call. Yes, Mrs. Mears, Shelley Mears. No one showed up. Has any YouTuber done a reenactment where the phone stays in Libby's shoe, crosses the creek, lands under Abby, and then it turns its... Can we up the spirit here? Yeah, let's up the mood. Okay. Yeah, has any YouTuber done a fucking gaslighting ass reenactment where the phone stays in the shoe, crosses the creek, lands under Abby, and then turns itself back on 10 hours fucking later? Yeah, make that one. How about that? The dispatcher said it was an old couple on the trampoline. An old couple on a trampoline at 2 a.m. Come on. Come on. Did you hear that dispatch yourself, Radar? Personally? Can you confirm that? Police too busy looking for 2 girls to respond to a call of a scream in the area of those 2 missing girls at 2 fucking a.m. when it's damn near freezing. Yeah, makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Everyone go home. It's too scary for adults out here. For grown folk, grown people are too scared out here to look for 2 little fucking 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. I scream Radar and Diamond Eyes at 2 a.m. often. Oh, Radar. It's getting hot in here. Getting hot. Podcast Kelsey said that they have a family member working at the TV station and was able to, yes, she did, and was able to give a description of their clothing to get it out to the public ASAP. Well, if Kelsey said it, you know it must be true. He's now a spokesperson for the Indiana prison system. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know he moved on to that. Okay. Whatever do you mean you heard a scream and there's 2 missing girls in that area? Sorry, we're eating donuts and talking to Ruckus, and we're telling dick jokes. Awesome one, Chevy Killer. Caitlin was murdered by Jerome Weiss 72 hours after she reported the scream at 2. Bomb, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you. I wish Frenchie was here for that. He must have to go, but Dave, just thank you so much for coming in tonight, Dave. I appreciate you jumping into the chat. It's a rarity, and I'm really glad you're here. Thank you. Edna and Mortimer on the fucking trampoline at 2 a.m. Yeah. I mean, what are the odds? What are the odds? Right? Because, hey, it's Delphi. It's weird shit. It's, everything happens. You're supposed to believe everything. Everything gets shoved down your throat in this fucking community. Oh, what did I miss? It? Anything hot? Anything hot? Sean Evans' girlfriend allegedly suicide overdose found in a tree. There was definitely a scream recorded in the police camera recording. Dispatcher didn't ID the caller, but I need the location that they thought they heard the screams coming from. Said it was a known common nuisance area. Yeah, Ron fucking Logan's. Maintaining a common nuisance was his pastime because he allowed all the fucking meth heads to hang out and cook in his backyard. It's a great party. Oh, yes, it is. It's a weird shit party. It's not necessarily a party type of party, but it's a weird shit party, I guess, tonight, May 3rd. Scream a little scream with me. Yeah, let's jump on the trampoline and work out our arthritic problems. 100% yes, you did hear it with your own two ears. So you are a witness to the scream. You are a witness to the dispatch of the scream call. So yeah, it's not bullshit. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not fantasy world. And asking us to believe that two old people jumping on a trampoline, one of them screamed, and that's what it was. Nah. Yeah, most avid hunters and outdoorsmen and bikers in Delphi and firemen and policemen, they're afraid of the dark and outdoors at night. Kelsey said it must be true. Next round of drinks on me. Well, hey, let's do it. Let's have we'll have to have a Delphi weird shit conference in later in the year, and I'll get together and have some fellowship. Kelsey knew exactly what they were wearing. And then they're found with different clothing. Nothing to see here. I regularly bounce on the trampoline at 2 a.m. Yeah, me too, especially in the freezing weather. Okay. Twilight Zone predicted truth. Funny, the emphasis on the clothes for them to be found not even wearing what she said Abby is photographed in. Who was shot dead by Weiss? How will jurists get all this info in less than 3 weeks of trial? Damn, Gulf said only 3 weeks for this huge trial. No, because it's a railroading. It's don't look at anything else except this extremely narrow thing. And even if Richard Allen is convicted, don't worry, there's no one else ever involved and no one else ever said any type of weird shit. And there's no contradictions whatsoever. And no one else has ever been investigated, nor should they be. Wake up, bitches. Carol coming in rowdy as usual. What up, Carol? You hype? You hype tonight? Prof, this is the only place questioning the family doesn't get you permanent banned. Because all we do is we question the obviously questionable. There's no agenda here. The earlier information and earlier interviews and interrogations are the ones that normally the ones come back and bite people in the ass. That's why they've been deleted. It's a 5-day party. Oh, do you mean the 5 days of let's delete the entire fucking first week of the absolute most important interviews that exist. Yeah, we got to make that go away because otherwise the whole fucking thing will be exposed. So, we got to delete all that shit. And then got to delete another 72 days of shit, approximately. Then we got to delete all the fucking family cell data shit from its entire fucking family because, we got to make that go away because that's all bad for us. And then we got to mute the fucking prosecution, from the defense from ever being able to reference Brad Holder, the Odinist, the fucking sacrificial thing, any of the results of the law enforcement investigation into Rushville, Delphi connection. We got to mute them about Keegan Klein, the fucking Dropbox, fucking Jerry Tony Klein, and fucking Ron Logan. We got to mute them on everything and only allow them to talk about Richard Allen. My household's entire hope for the right person to be held responsible has taken a dive. Oh, don't do that. No, because the right person will be. That's why we will never stop. That's what I said. No matter what happens with Richard Allen. Richard Allen is exonerated. Richard Allen is convicted. No matter. We will not stop. I wonder if the missing clothes is Abby jeans and shoes. Merry Meditation gifted a membership. Well, thank you, Mary Meditation, for gifting. Who did you gift? I'm curious now. Thank you for gifting. Criminal Network. Maybe someone switch Edna and Mortu's Metamucil with the Metamucil. What's a party now? It's a party now. Oh, you gifted Nancy Drew. Thank you so much for Nancy Drew. She is just an angel here. Nancy Drew is an absolute angel in the chat, and so thank you so much for blessing our angel with the membership. She is just a sweetheart. The Metamucil. Yeah. It got him bouncing. It got him bouncing. Maybe with a side of spice, some spicy Metamucil. Oh my God. Thank you, sweet dude. I'm blessed to no longer be a tweaker of meth. Nowadays, I can change the windshield wipers on my car without having to take the dashboard apart. Oh my God. You guys have turned this into Saturday Night Live all of a sudden. Yeah, congrats, Criminal Network. Congrats. We support every single person in recovery, no matter what. No matter what. Okay, that's why we're great supporters of Noe here. Okay, you can put a force field on our internet's phones to protect us from these people. Yeah, keep the satellite over my house in case these insane, maniacal serial killers come after me. Delphi family interviews replay party. Take a shot every time some shit don't make sense. None of us will be standing by 30 minutes in. Jerome Weiss needs to be looked at seriously. Yeah, who else has he killed? It's the fairy tale, the opposite of reality. Yes. I won't be shocked if we learn Abby died before Libby at this point. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck we'll find. I don't know, but here's the one thing I'm confident of. They didn't die anywhere near the same time. I'm willing to say that. I'm willing to say that. Linda's Looking Miller. Hey, Linda's Looking Miller. Keep Jerome Weiss at the headline. Yeah. Well, hey, Frenchie 6290 comes in. He'll fill your head. He'll fill your head with it. He don't fuck around with Jerome Weiss. Poof the magic dragon. Puff puff pass, says Carol and Sweet Dude. Which law enforcement said there is a twist? And have we seen the twist, or does it get weirder? Oh, it gets weirder. It gets weirder. Hey, which prosecutor said there are other parties? Case is making a mockery of the U.S. justice system. It doesn't look good. No, it looks horrible. And that's the thing about Judge Gull, right? The thing is, there's not supposed to be the appearance of any type of partiality or prejudice. But doesn't she realize that she gives the definite appearance of partiality or favoritism? I mean, that's against the rules. You can't even give the appearance. She gives a definite appearance. I can't build a force field, but everyone who chats on the internet needs to invest in a VPN. They're not very expensive and well worth it. What type of VPN? Rumor is gun crazy pedo Jerome Weiss was desperate to play with the Brad Holder's militia group that were training on Ron Logan's property. Was this payback for being denied? Edna gave birth on that trampoline. All right. God have mercy. "10 years for me," says Precascent. Miracles do happen. Yes. And we are so proud of everyone, and we're fully support recovery because that's God at work. Okay. It's a blessing. And every day is a blessing. And so we just applaud you. We applaud you. Could you imagine being a juror and finding all this shit out after trial, especially if you gave a man a death sentence and then found out all the shit they didn't want them to know? Yeah. Yeah, imagine. Imagine. I mean, because the thing is, this shit, who's making this shit up? Tell me, who's making this shit up? I mean, it's the actual fucking locals who are all involved in this shit are the ones who made it up. In rehab, they teach you that normal is just a button on a washing machine. Yeah, ain't no fucking normal. What's normal? They didn't die together. No, they didn't. It had to happen that way. It's a shame. It's a shame it had to happen that way. They got our girls. They stuck together to the end. Never seen a judge like Go ever. Cat Cole. Welcome in. Speaking of rehab, I went there 8:22 around this area. A girl giving her testimony said she was tied to a tree in the woods. Local officials were involved in Anderson, Indiana. Where's the mind blown emoji? Let me just go ahead and there you go. There you go. Wow. Going up. Next stop, normal. Oh my God. Okay, it's not a huge secret, but at the same time it is. Okay. Nick McMason said that. I don't think the entire community was shocked. I mean, no one knew his name, but it wasn't like a freak out. Do you think there is more usable audio and video? Absolutely. 1000%. We haven't seen it. Oh my goodness, I thought about that, Prof. Imagine being the juror that goes home, looks all this stuff up, but only heard one side. What was the Marathon gas station worker's name? We can't forget her and Stephanie Thompson and her daughter. What about her husband, Judge? Yeah. And what about the destruction of whatever that Marathon gas station footage proved? And did she literally hand a receipt to Mike Patty? The state and defense have 200 witnesses in 3 fucking weeks. Well, Richard Allen convicted is very concerning if only the state gets to show what they have. Yeah, that's why it's very concerning with this judge. I think the defense should file like about probably 1,500 pages right now, because the defense needs to put all of the pertinent facts in the record, in my opinion only. Whoops, there goes more evidence. Now, Mike is powerful for Doug to owe him. Yeah, well, we've heard rumor, he what about the biker club that he owned and gave to Cody? Y'all know how many groups of predators are acting right in this moment? Yeah, lots, all over the world. What happened to the Thompson ring camera footage? Lisa, they wear a mask and tie girls to trees. Rumor. Well, guys, I've enjoyed our visit tonight, but I think it's time for me to start to slow it down. I have to relieve myself and have to do some things. Mike Patty said 20 miles of bikes, 3,000 plus bikes. Satellite phones are actually illegal in the U.S. The reason they cannot be wiretapped. Good point, Sandy. Let me ask you this. Who do you have to be for thousands of bikes to show up immediately, enough to form a 20-mile long line of bikes? Who do you have to fucking be? What has to be happening for that to happen? That just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. I'm sorry. It doesn't just happen. Do any of you actually believe that that just happens? Prospect Hell's Angel? Prouder of the rally than he was sad about the deaths of the girls. It was a show of force. He's the king of the fucking mountain and the king of the hill. I've been wondering since the rally first happened, who and how. Thanks, Prof, and everyone praying for you and the truth and justice. Thank you. Yeah, I totally 100,000% agree with you, Dave Thomas. I think that's exactly what happened. They basically had trail cam stills that they pieced together and animated into a video. And that's what I believe, the bridge guy is trail cam footage. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I believe that in the PCA, where it is referenced, that a male is seen and heard approaching on the victim's cell phone. I think that's entirely different video and audio footage. Well, the audio may be the guys down the hill, but I'm saying that the video, I think there's a whole other video that is separate from the bridge guy video of a separate individual seen approaching the girls on the Liberty German cell phone. It's my conspiracy theory. Hey, I'm allowed to have it. 20 miles of bikes. It's a show of force. Especially in February when the bikes have been winterized. It must have been high-level Freemason, in my opinion, or drug lords for people to cover for them like that. Remember watching footage when it first aired and wonder how that happened so quickly? Yeah, I remember looking at it and thinking, what in the fuck? Like how does it happen? Amalgamation. So, Prof, the other night that Kristen said, Cray said they have the murder weapon and RA DNA and they have him on video and will be shown in court, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's the thing. Who knows? Who knows? But you can't believe nothing they say. I mean, it's troll farm. Thank you so much for your comments. Glad to have you, Dave. Yeah, Mike has been power tripping since day one. That BG pick was always from the trail cam. I believe so, but who the fuck knows? I can't prove it, but I believe it. Okay. Now, troll farm. I mean, they controlled the troll farm. You guys get that, right? 150 grand in one day for the bike ride. As crooked as Ellie is there, they probably did put DNA somewhere. Oh, to set him up? I don't know. Judy Hathaway says, 8 Live said Ellie found a pic on a trail cam of the guy believed to be connected to the Delphi murders. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But thanks for adding that. Thanks for adding that. I believe 100% it's a trail cam image, and that when in the PCA you see the statement on Liberty German's phone, a male suspect or subject is seen and heard approaching. I believe they may have footage that we've never heard of and never seen because they've lied the whole time and they made us believe that Liberty German's cell phone captured Bridge Guy. They want you to think that's the footage, but I don't believe so. I believe there's separate footage on Liberty German's cell phone of a guy approaching, saying, taking the girls, and it could be Richard Allen. We don't know yet, but I definitely don't believe Bridge Guy is anything. I mean, I think it's a trail cam footage, something strange. Humberto Sanchez from Logansport was one of the 13 Marines killed in Afghanistan withdrawal. Yeah, thanks a lot, politicians. And his processional was unbelievable. Thousands of bikes. The article citing trail cam is the one I always remembered from the beginning. I thought I was losing it when it changed, but what do I know? They have all that evidence and filed a fabricated PCA. I don't know. Down the hill. How do we know that's what he's saying? I don't believe that's necessarily what he's saying. They've made us believe that's what he's saying, but is he saying down the hill? It just sounded like an unrecognizable computer talking. She should have had multiple hearings and set case law, but hasn't, and just dismissed without a hearing setting no case law. Almost seems like there was a celebration or truce or settling of a feud that brought the bikers out. Yeah. So is what happens? Was this like was this like one contingent against another contingent? One of the victims was the child of one of the contingents, and since that happened, since the girls were murked, now it's settled. Yeah, interesting point, Town. It can't be from Libby's phone because they weren't there on the 13th. All right. Brad Holder was shit his pants to hear this chat. Oh, yeah? Well, it's open to the public. There was a bike ride for my son, and it was about 20. Celebration of something being resolved. Blood for blood, we're good now, something like that. Wonder which biker club sponsored the rally. Were Vinlanders specifically included or excluded? How many of these groups cannot mix? I mean, many of them. 4 Franks, no hearings. Frank Gully lost her fucking mind. Yeah, does that give the appearance of prejudice? It does. Bike rally followed the Mike Patty written statement. Too bad it had to happen that way. All right, so yeah. Son of Odin, Vinlander. Hell's Angels, Outlaws. Well, guys, I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Um, keep on doing what you do. I'll keep on doing what I do. You keep on doing what you do. And we know there's no hate here. There's no hate here. I think that pretty much everyone here, the general feeling is we care about the truth about Abigail Williams and Liberty German. And that's what we're here for. And I thank you for being here. Please, before you leave, everyone, make sure to hit the like button and do me that favor to help push this information out to more people. To leave your comments when the video posts if you choose to, or if you're watching on the replay, hit the comment section. Let everyone know your thoughts, your feelings, your findings. We're here to share with each other. And that's what we're doing. So thank you so much for that. I could never thank you enough for contributing to the chat in the way that you do, because as I've said every single show, there's no way I could do it without you. I can't sit here and have conversation with myself all night. I mean, I'm not from Delphi after all. So yeah, this is weird. Okay. And like I said, it's about the weirdness that exists in this space, which is the avenue through which we can all communicate. And it's weird. And but thankfully, there's places like this where we can all share together with a good spirit. And yeah, and it's the value here in what you all are together. It's the sum is greater than its parts, or the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. I'm so tired I can't think or speak. But thank you so much. And please just add the good nights and the hearts to the chat, because that's what I want to see. And I'm out of here. And I'll leave the chat open 10 more minutes for you guys to shoot your shit. But I got to get out of here. I'm tired. Okay, so Frenchie, look, Amy, Lisa, Frenchie, Sunflower, Anna Paula, Diamond Eyes, Radar, Sandy, Scamma, Crystal Blue, Kayla, Criminal Network, Mary Meditations, Shibby, Frenchie 6290, Dave Thomas, Lisa, Nancy Drew, Radar, let me see, Digital, Chevy Killer, Abring Town, Sandy, Kayla, all you guys. All you guys in Zero Cool. Anyone I missed? Precascent, JoJo. Anyone I missed? Carol was here earlier. Ford Pitts was here way earlier, and everyone who's here way earlier. Thank you for being here. Whoever's hitting up that replay, thank you for being here. New people, thank you for being here. Even lurkers, thank you for being here. We'll catch you on another time. And yeah, hug your kids, hug your wife. You know the deal. I love you guys. We'll see you later.